Flora Cheerleading Little Girls Clinic. This year we had over 300 girls participate. And we are so excited to show you a glimpse into what they learned. We also want to thank everyone that participated, and we look forward to another successful camp next year. We also want to announce our 2025 mascots: Anna Lane, Emerson, Ruby, Sutton, Margaret, and Peyton. Without further ado, the 2025 Little Girls Clinic Cheerleaders.
All right, so they're probably gonna play some music that's not royalty free. I'll have to mute it when they do. But it's the Flora Cheerleaders, along with some of their campers from the summer. Yeah, I'll definitely have to mute it. We'll be right back.
Coach West and Coach
All
Workman
right.
for their efforts this year.
Sorry, I couldn't play that song.
Please
It was
pick up your little cheerleaders
Spice
when you
Girls
drop them off.
Wannabe. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that was the Flora Cheerleaders along with their campers from the summer. All right, now we have the Flora Regiment Band coming to play the national anthem and the alma mater.
Commanding the color guard and carrying the United States flag is Cadet Sergeant Major Jones. Carrying the state flag is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Wade. Carrying the school flag is Cadet Captain Witherspoon. The two guards are Cadet Captain Edenfield and Cadet First Sergeant Sumter. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the national anthem, performed by the AC Flora Falcon Regiment, conducted by the Director of Bands, Mr. Kevin Sweats. Now join us as we honor our school with the performance of the alma mater, conducted by the drum major of the Falcon Regiment, Mr. Trenton Ashurst. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your AC Flora Falcon Regiment.
All right, you are looking live here at Memorial Stadium here in Columbia, South Carolina. Building in a stadium that has given rise to legends such as Chris Laughlin, Markel Townsend, Quincy Riley, and the 40 Boys. And tonight, it awaits the next one as it hosts its biggest matchup since 2022. In that 2022 matchup, it was Lenora Sellers, the Gamecock quarterback, coming into Memorial and knocking off AC Flora. This time, it's four-star Gamecock commit Jazavian Currents, leading his third-ranked South Pointe Stallions down to Columbia as he looks to take on Roper Wensky and the fourth-ranked team in 4A, AC Flora, in a big-time matchup here. Right on Definite Fiction. Alex Ross, Jeff, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good, especially after that. Nice.
I tried. I tried it sometimes, but no, I'm looking forward to the day, and I think everybody on the field as well. First 4 weeks for AC Flora have been very chill, very relaxed. You get four teams that going into the season maybe looked a little tougher, but now on the way back, maybe Westwood, and then the last three have been sort of not as tough as we initially thought they could be. So now you finally get ramped up for this game. However, South Pointe on the other side has been going through some barn burners over there, knocking off what was previously the third-ranked team in South Carolina, Northwestern, last weekend. They've also played one of the top teams in North Carolina and won in West Charlotte, and then they've lost to the best team in North Carolina in Huff. They have been through absolute war through their first 4 weeks and now look to continue what has been a treacherous climb through their first half of the season as they come here to Memorial against AC Flora. And, talking to Coach Collins, he, credited that. He said, we wanted to play tougher competition after falling short against Westside last year. He said, we need to play tougher non-region opponents. They've done that. Now they get really the hard part of the region out of the way in the first 2 weeks. This is week 2 of 3 for them in a brutal stretch as they come to Memorial. Next week they'll go to Camden. Of course, AC Flora, this is really kind of the start of the second half of the season. Non-region success. Now you have to come into region play and try to at least take one of these games off of Camden or South Pointe. There's 3 of the top teams in 4A.
Yeah, so South Pointe is starting with their 2 toughest opponents in the region. We have ours bookended, so we start with South Pointe and then we finish with Camden?
Correct. Okay. So yeah, next week after this game, our Falcons will head over to York and then Lancaster, RNE, Dreer before our bye week, and then we finish off with Camden, who I believe is ranked number 7 coming into today. They were number 5 before they fell. So just to kind of the heads up, they're going to be a really tough game, but luckily we play both of our toughest teams at home, as was the contrary last year. Last year we had the South Pointe. Of course, Jeff and I couldn't be there. We can't stream there.
Yeah.
But it was, to put it bluntly, it was all South Pointe. It was a very good South Pointe team last year, and Coach Floyd said, he didn't know if his team was ready for the moment last year. He thinks they are more than prepared for it this year, and it's going to be led all, of course, our offense, Roper Wensky, and that slew of receivers we have. Let's be honest, I'm going to say it here, this is not an offense that South Pointe has seen this year. We are a very different team.
Yeah, we have a ton of depth at wide receiver, especially. And yeah, most teams, even good teams, they don't have that much defensive back depth to be able to handle that. It just depends on whether we can hit the open receivers.
You go back to 2019 LSU. and it's the quote of, well, someone's going to be open. You can't guard Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. You have Kendall Bird, who's getting D1 offers, Josh Davis, who's having a bounce-back year after he tore his ACL last year, the Dartmouth commit Blake Patet, and then the Citadel baseball commit Charlie Scott. Again, we've said it multiple times, Jeff, and I'll re-emphasize it here. 4 receivers on this AC Flora team that all have a real, chance and a real, they realistically could all get 1,000 yards this year and no one would bat an eye.
Yeah. Sorry. I really like that you compared the Flora Falcons to one of the best receiving corps in the history of college football.
Well,
and I like even more that you didn't use Ohio State.
Well, I figured, actually, funny enough, I thought of that originally. I was like, no, Jeff's going to yell at me, so I'm going to pivot to LSU and go to the team with Terrace Marshall, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Jeff Burrow's team?
That was Joe Burrow's
Jeff Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yes, Joe Burrow.
I'm just elevating Joe Burrow to Jeff status.
Yeah, that was the Joe Burrow team. And, of course, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, as well as Moss, the tight end. That
was a fun team to watch.
Very tough team. And, obviously our offense isn't exactly 2019 LSU, but at a high school level, it's a very tough offense to stop with how many receivers you have. Yeah. The running backs starting to come along, and that was one thing I talked to Coach Floyd before the game about. I said, we talked about the run game and how important was that? And he said, we weren't never worried about the run game, but what really helped last week is that shows we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun to see the running backs get some yardage last week.
Yes,
it's very interesting. And so we've talked about this, Flora having some lighter opponents, you get into gear, but is that is it better to play against tougher opponents and go through those struggles, or have everything firing?
And one of the things that we come into this game with compared to last 2 years now, Jeff, is we are pretty injury-free, knock on wood, of course. We do have Logan Price, who is still out, but the majority of our team is very healthy compared to last year where we were banged and beat up coming into our region play. Against South Pointe, no major injuries, thankfully for them, but they are definitely not 100% after the 4 brutal games they've gone into.
Yeah, that's a good point, because we had, 2 or 3 at Chapin. Chapin was probably right before them?
Chapin was Chapin was week 2, but South Pointe was middle season, so there's not much time to recover after Chapin.
We didn't have, BJ didn't start running until right at the end of the season.
Yeah, our depth just wasn't the same as it was this year.
Was injured a lot, yeah.
So, a very different team. Of course, South Pointe, again, went their way last year, 56-14 victory against AC Flora. They were the runners-up in the upper state last year. They fell just short to the eventual runners-up west side.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, that was a great game up there. And now this team coming in, they're hungry, Jeff. And, of course, Coach Bobby Collins, this is his 4th year with the Stallions. He is yet to add one to their collection. 7-time state champion, South Pointe Stallions. I mean, they haven't been around for that long to have that many championships. A very impressive resume. And, of course, for all you Carolina Gamecock fans here in the state, Jadavian Clowney, Stephon Gilmore, this is where they cut their teeth at South Pointe. A very, very well-coached team, very good team. Going to be a tall task for our Falcons.
So how's Coach Floyd feeling today?
So there's 2 different sides to the coin. I talked to Coach Floyd, asked a couple of our coaches, how's the team feeling? He said, they're very quiet. They are locked in and ready. This is the most focused they have been this year, and of course, as it should be, this is the best team you're going to play theoretically all year. Yeah,
it's better. There have been some times where, especially when we get into playoffs, the team comes out and they're not acting like they normally do. You need to come out like they did preparing for this game. It's another game, a good team, but you still have to check all the boxes before the snap.
Yes. On the other side, you asked specifically about Coach Floyd, and I made the comment. He agreed with me. I've been here now for 3 years. This is my 3rd year. Thankfully, everyone for having me, for all you Falcon faithful out there. But I made the comment to him and Coach Brown and Coach Anderson, and everyone agreed that I said, it's not saying a lot with our previous success, but this is the most confidence I've felt from our coaching staff coming into a big game since I've been here. And they were like, this is a team that I think we are ready for the occasion.
Yeah, I think so. And you face any good team, things can go awry. But
yes.
But yeah, no, we should have a good game tonight.
Yeah, they're very confident in the game plan they've made up here against South Pointe, of course. That defense is, in my opinion, the best in the state, and it may not be close. That was what Coach Tollins, without saying it directly, really attributed all their early success to. He said, man, that defense has been something special. And I mean, of course, when you have a 4-star safety commit to go to Carolina, Xavier Currents, manning it in the back end, it makes it a lot easier in that front end, too. I think actually is better than the back end. They have a very good front six. And of course, we'll talk about a lot of them, but Jeff, one of the captains right there in the middle, number 6 for them. I know you guys can't see it on your screen back at home. KJ Berg, he's going to be a problem tonight. And of course, the man right next to him, their other middle linebacker as well, number 12, Daquan Evans. Both of them are going to be very tough for our team to stop. They are run stoppers. They are the generals of that defense. They are going to really decide how well Flora can run the ball and how well we can move the ball tonight.
All right, who we got? The captain. Oh, I guess who are the other captains there?
Well, so from left to right, it's Xavier Currents. It's number 12, the linebacker, Daquan Evans. Number 6, KJ Bird. In the South Carolina commit, big number 75, Anthony Baxter.
And then for Flora?
For Flora on the left, from left to right, Blake Patet, Isaiah Watson, Kendall Bird, and Azel Banag. So 2 Ivy League commits bookending the captains along with Watson and Bird.
Senior athlete number 0, Xavier Currents.
So we're going to see how we're going tonight. And of course, I think we want the ball, Jeff. I think that's our plan, right? We want the ball. We want to start off.
Yeah, I think I would definitely take the ball if it was my choice.
So this should be a pretty rocking environment as students and fans filing in alike. For South Pointe, they have a very good crowd considering they came over an hour for here from Rock Hill.
Yeah, so not too bad of a trip.
No.
I have been to South Pointe even though I couldn't stream. I filmed basketball playoffs.
And we also played them in the 2022 playoffs.
Yeah, that's right. In our championship run.
Yes.
It
was a 2020. You're right, 2020, correct. That is what it is.
South Pointe is the visiting team this evening. They will call the coin
And that was the
toss.
team that had Omega Blake.
Yes. Gamecock.
Yes.
Again, a lot of the Gamecocks are built from up in South Pointe, up in Rock Hill. Of course, we're actually going to get to see the coin toss, and Jeff, as he granted my request of a monitor, so very happy.
Yeah.
So I can see a lot better than I could.
Yeah, the game's right in front of you.
I know, it's so cool.
Somebody deferred. They deferred, I guess.
I think they deferred, so I think we will be receiving the opening kick, which I think we wanted to do either way, from what I was told. I think the whole plan is to get there and hopefully make a point.
To begin the second half of play.
Well, Jeff, all the talk.
Kickoff is right
I told
around the
Coach
corner.
Floyd, I said, cut the crap. When has this game been circled? He said, you know, it's been circled since we got the schedule. Over on South Pointe side, I said, this treacherous run, how hard is it to navigate? And Coach Collins said, you know, this not hard because we've been preparing for this since January. This is a moment that both teams have been preparing for months now, and it's region play, Jeff. This is where all the games really start mattering and cracking down.
Hey, we can finally read a sign.
Call a lifeguard. The Stallions are
Drowning.
I forget I have a screen in front of me. It makes it a lot easier than reading the orange from the side. Chippiness early. You couldn't see it on the screen. There was some chirping going on between both teams as they're getting ready to run out. Only the 4th matchup between these two teams ever, and it feels like a big fight feel here. The chippiness you saw against Westwood, who's a common opponent. team that goes back and forth, Jeff, but there's a lot more talking today than there has been coming into this game before.
Yeah, okay.
And Falcons will take the opening kickoff. Roper Wensky will command the troops out of the offense. South Pointe will go on defense first. They'll let their, one of the, probably, it's a hard thing to say, the strong side of the team, considering their offense is so good, but it is the best defense in the state, so their strong side of the ball, they'll let them go first. And we'll have to see if we can match their energy here on the first drive of the game. Put up or shut up time, Jeff. This is where the team can cut their teeth and cement themselves into some Falcon lore. It's been a tough road for the seniors. Last year we won our first playoff game after barely making the playoffs the year before. Then we got basically upended by Westside after that. South Pointe has been on a trajectory to try to get back to the state championship.
I forgot that Hartsville game was in the playoffs, wasn't it?
I don't like thinking about it, but yes, that was a brutal game for our Falcons. But of course, that game made who we are today. It was a 50-plus point differential, I believe, in favor of the Red Foxes for Hartsville. South Pointe trying to get to the top of the mountain for the first time in 4 years. That runs through Columbia, South Carolina, and AC Flora tonight. Region play opens up here in week number 4. Gloves come off. Falcons will play their biggest test of the season. South Pointe will continue their treacherous run through their first half of the season. It'll be Lawson Miller, the senior, to get us underway here for South Pointe. They'll go from right to left in their silver helmets, their white jerseys, and their black pants. Flora in their all Flora blue.
Is that Blake back deep?
It is Blake and Azel back deep around the 10-yard line. Miller will boot this one away. Big fight feel here at Memorial. Let's have some fun. Miller will step into it and drive it deep. Batet will field it back at his own 7 on the near side. He's going from left to right, cuts it to the far side of the field, tries to fight his way outside. He can't. He'll get upended at the 22-yard line of the Falcons. And that's where we will start our first drive.
First and 10, AC Flora.
Well, here comes the senior, Roper Wensky, over 6,000 career passing yards, coming off a performance where he threw the ball 30 times, had 273 yards and 4 touchdowns. His only blemish was on the first drive of the season, Jeff. He threw an opening drive pick. Since then, he has been almost perfect. And the Falcons will not start with Roper, I believe. I don't even see him out. Or no, there he is. Okay.
There he is.
He's hiding behind Quan.
That would be quite the surprise.
I thought it was Blake. I thought we were going Wildcat. 7 in the box for South Pointe. First and 10, Flora at their own 21 between the hashes in the gun. It looks like a hard count. Getting a defensive lineman to jump. That's number 23, Seth Tillman, the defensive tackle.
Ruling on the field is offsides against the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty.
The Falcons will begin their first drive a little farther up now.
5, AC Flora.
Again, such a talented front four. The one to watch, number 33 on the far side, Bryson Ginn, a 3-star who's been wreaking havoc all year. So first and 5, Flora at their own 27 between the hashes. Wensky in the gun with Williams on his right hip. He'll drop back, look for a play to the near side. It's batted down, incomplete. Looking for a screen, let the defensive line come in. It'll be big number 92 who got in there, Hazon Lumpkin. It was Lumpkin as well as the defensive end, I believe, number 15, Ty Bryce. He was trying for a quick slant to the near side to Blake Batet. Now it's 2nd and 5, so we'll reset. So 2nd and 5, again, Flora at their own 27, going from left to right. Wensky in the gun will take the snap, hand it off right up the gun. It's Williams trying to pick his way forward. It'll be the big 33 DN, Bryson Ginn on the stop. He bear hugs him and drags him down after a 4-yard pickup.
7,
Falcons will have a 3rd and 1.
Brought down by number 0, Xavier Kurtz. Gain of 4 on the play, sets up a 3rd and 1.
Falcons had nearly 200 yards last week on the ground. Looking to follow that up with some success. 3rd and 1 on their own 31. 8 into the box for South Pointe, excuse me. So once he gets the snap in the guns, hands it off right up the gut, plunging his way forward is Williams. He breaks it outside to the near side of the 40, stiff arms a man and gets shoved out of bounds. Flag flies late. Big time run for Quan Williams. They'll add 15, and the Falcons are in business here on their opening drive. It was a slew of defenders all in the middle. Quan was able to bounce it out to the near side, Jeff. Almost got free. He was getting shoved out of bounds in a push from behind. Late, I believe it was on Currents. Now the refs are talking it over. It was close to whether he was going out of bounds or not.
It's a 10-yard gain for the Falcons before the penalty.
And they are going to call a personal foul. 10-yard run for Williams, and the Falcons will now move into Stallion territory.
That's a 15-yard penalty tacked on to the end of the run.
So the first effect of that chirping goes in favor of the Falcons. Again, a late push going out of bounds. So Falcons have it first and 10 on the South Pointe 44. Lenski in the gun here on the near hash, going from left to right. He'll step back now, look for a near slant. It's Kendall Brent at the 40. He'll make one man miss. Sidesteps the man, just gets tripped up at the 35. Making the tackle was Zamir Gordon-Miles. In coverage was wary. Burr was able to shake him off. Almost broke one for the house. Instead, just a gain of 10 and a first down for AC Flora. That would have been a lightning strike, Jeff.
Yeah, indeed. Still good play. I like the quick slant.
It was on Currents. That was the personal foul. So first and 10, Falcons at the South Pointe 34. Lenski in the gun. Hands it off straight up ahead to Williams, trying to push his way forward. He runs into a brick wall and gets shoved back. The bottom of that pile is the middle linebacker, dubbed the General, KJ Berg on the stop. Pickup of 2.
Williams on the carry.
Well, weirdly enough, Quan Williams was probably the less rusher of last week. Only 47 yards, but 2 touchdowns for Williams. He was able to kind of take the second half easy.
Yeah.
Where Travion, Gary, as well as Jalen Simmons got a lot of the workload, and now he's been the lead back. Already now his 3rd carry through the first 6 plays.
Yeah, we're trying to just turn that running clock with the ground game.
Now an official timeout for the knee pads. It'll be number 32 heading off, the DB Darian Judge. He will be replaced by Zahidin Carter coming out. It's like number 4 as well, RJ Brown. We saw him last year at Lancaster. He makes the move to South Pointe. 2nd and 8, Falcons now between the hashes on the South Pointe 32. Pistol formation for the Falcons, 1 receiver either side. Again, 8 in the box for the Stallions. Lenski, play action, drops straight back. He finds some trouble, and now he scrambles out to the right side. Flag comes in, Lenski unlorks one downfield, and it's just out of the reach of Grady Bell, the tight end. In coverage, the linebacker, Daquan Evans, will check the marker. It was on the South Pointe side.
Daquan Evans in coverage on the play.
Sideline warning, maybe?
I am not sure exactly.
Did it come out early?
Yeah, it came out very early.
Okay,
so it's, I think, it's procedural on one of the teams. I'm not sure exactly.
Well, they would have blown it if it was against us, right?
Sideline warning, you are right. So there's a sideline warning against South Pointe. It'll be 3rd down.
Sideline warning.
It must have been right as he snapped the ball, Jeff. They ran into him.
Yeah.
Correction, sideline warning against the defense.
So the first 3rd down, well, the second 3rd down, excuse me. First 30 and long. The Falcons' 3rd down percentage coming into the night, 48%, now nearly 50 after the first conversion of the night. We're at almost the 10-minute mark, scoreless contest here in the first quarter. AC Flora hosting South Pointe, top 5 matchup in 4A. 3rd and 8, Falcons on the Stallion 32. Lenski in the gun, takes the snap, looking to the right. Now he loads one to the right side, and that route to Davis, and it's just out of his reach, incomplete. Davis working against the defensive back, Caden Watkins. It'll bring up 4th down.
At the spot of the field, we go for it.
This is no man's land here, especially in high school ball. It would be a 49-yard field goal. That seems a little too far to put any kicker out that's not committed to a school yet. And Grant Hill, even though he's reliable, I don't know if he's going to be able to hit from this distance, or at least I haven't seen him hit in a game.
In a game we never tried. But,
correct.
I mean, he warms up at this spot.
Correct. So 4th and 8, Falcons will go for it on the Stallion 32. 4 receivers, 2 either side. Now moving all the way is Grady Bell, the tight end up top, so 5 wide. Coming in motion, Scott from top to bottom. Timeout call from Coach Floyd, his first of the half. And for the AC Flora, we'll talk it over before a crucial 4th down.
I wonder if he called a timeout because Grady wasn't set before the, I guess, was it Charlie and Mission?
You know, there's also a debate whether he was trying to see what formation South Pointe was coming in. You know, this really could determine how the rest of this game goes, Jeff. Of course, Falcons coming in as the underdog, inherently top team, one of the top teams in South Carolina behind the two 5A powerhouses, Dutch Fork and Irmo. Yeah. You want to go punch the Stallions in the mouth, there's one way to do that, and that is called scoring.
Yeah, score here would be big.
Coming out of the timeout, 4th down and 8 for the Falcon offense.
Well, so far, the offensive line holding up well enough. Of course, Juice and McGowan, the two tackles. McGowan here on the right tackle, Juice, the 3-star who's getting more and more offers by the day on the far side. 4th and 8. Falcons again on the Stallion 32 between the hashes. 2 receivers down low, 2 tight ends up top. Lenski gets the snap in the gun, looking to the right. Now steps up, throws an out route to the right side. Behind, his arm got hit. Kendall Bird, the intended receiver. Doing the honors was number 15, Ty Bryce, got in. It's a turnover on downs.
15, Ty Bryce with the pressure on the play.
Yeah, Lenski was looking for that out route that was open on 3rd down. That 3rd down throw was too wide. This time, Ty Bryce just got his hand on Wenski's arm. It'll be a turnover.
Make some noise for your Falcons defense.
So now here comes the Stallion offense led by Jazavian Currents. The 4-star in the composite rankings, number 83 national. He's the number 9 safety and the best player in South Carolina. He will man the offense here for the Stallions. They start on their own 32. Going from right to left, scoreless contest with 9:53 to go here in the first quarter, but going to be some knee pad problem. Jordan Davis will run off, so in comes Jack Long. Zelbadag, the Falcons' top cover corner. He'll be up top. Their top receiver, Malik Ratliff, down low. 1st and 10 for the Stallions. Falcons, looks like they'll blitz. They will. Currents and have to just chuck this one into no man's land. Way downfield at the 40, nobody home. The blitz hits home. It was number 0, Peyton Bishop, on the pressure. A couple Falcons as well on him. I'm going to say there was a receiver in the area. That was Boogie Watkins for South Pointe, but first play for Currents was just a heave into no man's land. Of course, he's got R.J. Brown on his right hip. 2nd and 10 on their own 32. Currents will get the snap. He'll read option, hands off to Brown to the middle, gaping hole. He gets past midfield, the 45, going to midfield, stiff arms a man to the ground before he's rung down at midfield. Brown was able to get through the 2nd level before he was drugged down, finally by number 9, Brandon Williams, the linebacker. Big time game for the Stallions, as an 18-yard pickup moves him into Falcons territory. 1st and 10 on the Falcon 49. They're going quickly. Currents gets the snap, and flag will fly early. So play is blown dead before the Stallions can hurry up.
Yeah, I don't think they were set.
They might have not been trying to just go too quickly.
Yeah.
There's a false start against South Pointe. Their 2nd penalty now here this game.
That's a 5-yard penalty from the previous slot. 1st down and 15.
So 9:30 here to go in the first quarter. Scoreless contest. South Pointe on their first drive of the game for a 5-yard penalty before a 1st down. Have it 1st and 15 on their own 46 between the hashes. Currents in the gun, the quarterback. He'll read option, hand off to Brown straight ahead. He gets tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Welcome to the game, big number 50, Brennan Williams. Brennan Williams, now his 9th tackle for loss this season, wreaking havoc in the middle. It's a loss of 1.
16 from the 45-yard line.
Well, Jeff, weirdly, our strength as well is our front 7, just like South Pointe's. Of course, Nasir Walker, Peyton Bishop have been doing wonders on the edge. 2nd and 16 at the 45 for South Pointe. Here on the near hash, Currents gets the snap. He'll drop back. Walker gets thrown to the ground. Flag flies near. Currents got to tuck this one and run, and he gets tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Actually able to drive his feet a couple forward for a couple yards and just gets positive yards after what could have been a disastrous play, but it will be. Tackle was made by Peyton Bishop, but got to imagine, Jeff, they're going to back up 10 more after Nasir Walker, the defensive end, was thrown down.
It's pretty obvious hold.
Yeah, that hold's going to go against Tavius Wiley, the sophomore. Wiley, a multi-sport athlete here for the Stallions. Shot put in discus for track and field. but he was beat by the man who was just offered by Coastal Carolina last week as a sophomore.
Wait, they are going to move him back, right?
They're talking about it. I think they're talking about exactly where the flag happened. Remember, holding's a spot foul. I couldn't imagine Coach Floyd would decline the penalty, and yes, they will. So they'll move him 10 back.
It's 10 from the line in high school.
Yes.
A spot foul if it's upfield.
It's a very packed student section here, Jack. Probably one of the best ones we've had so far this season.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
They're ready to rock and roll.
No,
so
Ace is down there.
Somewhere in the slew. 2nd and 26 for the Stallions. They're on their own 34. They need the Falcon 39 for a first down. In the gun is Currents. He'll get the snap, dropping back, looking long. Falcons rush 5. He's got a man down the near side. It's Boogie Watkins who comes back for it. He makes the grab inside the Falcon 30 before he's tackled by Brandon Williams out of bounds. The linebacker got stuck on the receiver, and Watkins made him pay. Big time gain.
That's a 40-yard gain for South Pointe.
40-yard pass to Watkins, first down. So 1st and 10 for South Pointe. They're going quickly here on the near side. Brown's got a gaping hole past the 20 to the 15, knifes his way to the 10 before he's drugged down. Near the 10-yard line, R.J. Brown tackled by Brandon Williams. 16-yard gain for Brown. Puts South Pointe into the red zone. They're going hurry up yet again. Near hash, 1st and goal on the 10. Currents. Read optional hand to the Brown near side, and he gets swallowed up behind the line. Flag flies late. We'll see what the flag is on, but as of now, it's a tackle right at the line of scrimmage for the defensive end, Peyton Bishop. And Peyton.
Oh, hold.
Okay. Yeah, I would assume it's all. I mean, usually around the line of scrimmage on a run play, it's never usually a good thing for the offense. And
it was just like the running back kind of went down a little weird. And so but it wasn't like, it's clearly not a face mask.
Nothing
like
a hip drop. No, from behind. It wasn't a hip drop per se, but it was one of the, he got drugged down from behind.
Well, that's not even a penalty. Like,
correct, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's no face mask. Yeah. So 1st and goal from the 20 now. South Pointe on the left hash. We've seen they like to go fast, and it's Rashawn Brown, the freshman in the backfield with Currents. The quarterback gets the snap, rolling out to the right. Looking for the man in the flat. He's got Duncan out in the flat, who will step out of bounds near the 16 after getting chased out by Williams, as well as KD Daniels. Jalen Duncan, his first reception of the day. A 4-yard reception. They actually give him the 15, so 5-yard reception on first down. Duncan had some problems with me before the game. He couldn't figure out what jersey to wear, or they couldn't figure out what jersey he was wearing for me. Did figure it out. Dalen Duncan, the senior, with over 100 yards this season. So 2nd and goal from the 15. South Pointe going from right to left. Scoreless contest. We're under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Currents gets the snap. Looking over the middle, now trying to get outside. Man comes out late. Currents gonna tuck this ball and run near the 10. Tries to fight through defenders. He gets spun around and dropped inside the 10. It looked like Walker was trying to get him behind the line. He went to the ground. No flag flies. 8 is where he is spotted down at. So going to be a 7-yard run for Currents and a 3rd and goal for South Pointe.
It's
3rd and goal from the Falcon 8-yard line. Here on the near hash, Currents and Rashawn Brown in the backfield. Currents will drop back, looking to the right side. Free rusher, Jordan Davis, and he gets home! Coming also is Nasir Walker, a sandwich back at the 15. The middle linebacker, Jordan Davis, came from the middle. No one picked him up. He hit home in the same time. I was focused on Davis. Nasir Walker, the near side defensive end, crunch Currents. It's a loss of 12 on the play, or excuse me, not 12, a loss of 7 on the play. They had 20 on the scoreboard. But now it's 4th and goal from the 15. South Pointe offense now staying out to go for it. They have a good field goal kicker. Austin Miller has made some, 2 for 2 on the season. 4th and goal from the 15. Currents in the shotgun near hash, gets the snap. Looking to the right side underneath play. High throw, nobody home. It falls incomplete, and the Falcons turn away the Stallions on the first drive of the game. It looked like he was looking for the underneath route to Watkins, but a way overthrow. Would have been a tough play for him to get the sticks anyway to the end zone. Instead, both teams come up empty, Jeff.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I mean, they're the #1 team in 4A. You would think that they wouldn't, they would assume that they wouldn't have to score touchdowns to win, right? Like, and yet they don't go for the field goal? That's interesting.
It's a very interesting game plan for South Pointe, trying to be the aggressor. They did their job on defense. Offense comes up short. Now here comes Roper Wenski out for his second time on the field. Jalen Simmons, the running back. 1st and 10 for AC Flora on their own 15, going from left to right. Pistol, Wenski. Play action looking now to the near side. It'll be a comeback route to Davis, who can't complete the play, but a flag comes out. It'll be Hayden Carter who's working against him. Grabs Davis's shirt on the comeback. And another penalty for South Pointe. Their 5th now here in the first quarter, Jeff.
I mean, that one was well earned. Like,
yes.
This is clearly a pass interference. Davis with the comeback and was not allowed to come back.
Correct. That is, Davis tried to fake inside, tried to turn his body towards this near sideline. Carter said nope, and the flag comes out. So a free 15 for AC Flora, who moved to the 30. Again, South Pointe riddling themselves with injuries. This is what Coach Collins told me. Do not let them beat yourself. So far they are. 1st and 10 on their own 30 for AC Flora. Now they move them back a yard to the 29, so potato, potato. But it's 1st and 10 nonetheless. And now they'll move the chains back as well.
1st and 11.
not exactly fair, if you ask me. As corners are on islands, Charlie Scott manned up top. Falcons in the gun near hash. On their own 29, handoff straight up the gut to Simmons, trying to fight his way forward. He'll knife towards the 35, still driving his feet past the 35, up to the Falcon 36, before he's taken down by a sea of white at the bottom of that pile. Looks to be the defensive back number 32, Darian Judge.
You know, if you can't see the running back, you know the line's doing a really good job.
They were the players of the game last week for AC Flora. That offensive line really showing off. Over 400 yards of total offense, Jeff. Of course, got to shout out Juice, Prince, Brett, Jamari, and Jay. All the line that was from left to right, if you will. Well, they did such a good job last game, and after now, what is now their 5th game together, they're looking solid. So 2nd and 4, Falcons up to their own 36 on the near hash. Again, tight end right behind the guard as Wenski will now hand it off way up the middle to Simmons, who fights through some tackles, now tries to bounce it outside, but he can't. He gets stripped up near the 38-yard line. South Pointe would have been saving a touchdown. That was the middle linebacker to Quan Evans, the senior, on the stop. Pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd and 1. We've seen that now, how good South Pointe is on defense. 2 tackles, one by the middle linebacker Evans, the other one was by Gordon Miles. Both times, if AC Flora could have broken just one more tackle, they're gone. So it's 3rd and 1. Falcons have it on their own 38. They need their own 39. South Pointe will put 9 in the box. Wenski. And now timeout called by Coach Floyd. South Pointe was looking to bring the house, and the Falcons will talk this one over. It's AC Flora's 2nd timeout of the first half. 4:41 to go, and while we have a break, Jeff, and I can, get my composure for the first time, we are sponsored today, of course, by the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. Of course, got to shout out Coach Dorsey, my main man, the skipper of the now state champion Richland 215 Legion team, and of course his day job is the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. Whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, the Big Red Box roll-off dumpster service can help with all kinds of cleanup. No project is too big or too small. Big Red Box delivers to residential driveways, construction sites, businesses, and more. Learn about how they can simplify dumpster rentals and how they can help you find a dumpster for rent in Columbia, South Carolina by visiting them online at BigRedBoxDumpsterCompany.com. Of course, shout out to Coach Dorsey. He is a big sponsor of AC Flora Athletics. Of course, Richland County providing that Richland 215 Legion team, the first state championship under the 215, and Coach Dorsey brought that back to the Midlands. Of course, Roper Wenski, the starting quarterback, part of that team as well.
Yep. Number of 4 Falcons out there.
Correct. So looks like the jumbo package, Jeff. Wildcat for Blake Batet in the backfield. Quan Williams on his right hip. Line heavy to the right on the near side. 3rd and 1 between the hashes. Falcons on their own 38. Gets the snap as Batet running to the right. Now it's Berg. It looks like it'll begin in the backfield. Meet him right at the line to gain. Again, his get off so quickly, but a good spot for AC Flora. That should be enough for a first down if they go with where they spot the ball. And now, maybe changing the initial spot. The near side official gave him the first down. The far side official did not. They're coming together to talk this over, and it will be first down, AC Flora. Or no, did they change it?
White hat said first down.
I was about to say, I saw a first down signal, and now, there we go, first down. So they did give him enough. So Blake Patet does what the doctor ordered, gets 1 hard yard of Wildcat rush, and now he'll go up top wide to receiver. 1st and 10 for AC Flora on their own 39. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Scoreless contest between two of the best teams in 4A. Lesky will get the snap. Play action, looking near side of a slant. Charlie Scott got a wide open dash past midfield. 40, 30, 20. He wins the foot race and AC Flora strikes. 61-yard slant to Charlie Scott, and the Falcons strike early. It's 6-0. 3 straight runs, Jeff. Opens up the middle of the field. The slot receiver going to the Citadel to play center field. Takes it to the house.
Yeah, all due respect to Currents, Charlie might be the fastest guy in the stadium.
That is true. Excuse me if I just blew your ears off at home. It's hard to hear. Extra point is blocked and now picked up by South Pointe. They're going to blow that dead. Grant Hill was not able to put that through, so we'll stay 6-0, but Charlie Scott, 1 play, bang.
Watch that again.
Easy read for the Falcon quarterback. Roper Wensky, play action over the middle, and no one was home. Charlie was able to beat everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that inside slant, the slot slant against an aggressive defense is the best play.
Correct. That was, the
linebackers are pushing up towards the line of scrimmage. You got open space.
You have those 3 runs. All of a sudden, the Falcons, who have really yet to push the ball downfield with success today, didn't have to go downfield. Just took a 5-yard slant route and let the fastest player on the field take it to the house.
Oh, man.
Well, that's how you punch him after defensive stops on both opening drives. 2 turnovers on downs. The Falcons punched the Stallions in the mouth. They lead at 6-0. 3 minutes, 19 seconds here in the first quarter. And now the dangerous return men for South Pointe, Caden Watkins and Malik Ratliff, are back around their own 10. Hill genuinely does not boot it deep. We'll see where he goes with this one. 4 lines for South Pointe compared to the 3 we've seen. Hill will just pooch kick this one back near the 20. And it will be Ratliff, the receiver, who gets it on the far side, bobbles it, now he runs it near side. Excuse me, that is Watkins, who's got a lot of grass in front of him. Hold call flies on the near side. Watkins has space, the alley down the left sideline, beats the kicker, 1 man to beat 30, 20, 10. It'll be a touchdown for Caden Watkins on a kickoff return. However, I can only imagine it's coming back. A hold on the near side as Azel Banag was getting his jersey ripped apart on the near side. It was a double team block, which you would think you don't need a hold, but they had a hold of both his jersey, both sides. Shows you how disruptive the Harvard commit is.
All right, I actually have to make an adjustment. The screen's going to go a little weird. I got to change my something real quick. There, okay. Okay. We're back.
So they're trying to figure out what exactly the spot is. It will not be a touchdown as South Pointe is already back around their own 30. I mean, that would have been a momentum. It was Watkins. Ratliff was on the near side. Watkins had the ball far, came all the way around to the near side, and was able to outrun everybody on the Falcon kickoff coverage. But the hold against Azel Banag will be the difference maker in that play. It wipes out what would have been an 80-yard return.
The monitor looks really cool in front of you.
This is the Easter egg or thing, I'm telling you, this is awesome. See, again, my wish was granted. Last week I annoyed Jeff to the point where he got me a monitor.
Yeah.
And now I have a monitor. This is awesome. So this is the first time we actually get to really see South Pointe, Jeff. Of course, we didn't get to go to their place last year for football, and And basketball, I believe I wasn't there for one reason or another. I don't know where I was actually when we played in the basketball, but I wasn't there.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It may have been the day we played on Saturday because of all the icing.
Oh, may have been.
That may have been that one. I can't remember though. So it is a personal foul against the Falcons.
Are we kicking again?
No, I think it's a dead ball, I would assume. Oh, so after the play, personal foul.
Oh.
Okay, they are. No, it's 2 personal foul offsetting penalties.
Wait.
These are all personal fouls.
That's 3 personal fouls he's called.
They all offset. So the holding, the one that matters, that's 10-yard loss. Then 3 dead balls, 2 against South Pointe, 1 against AC Flora, were just assessed after the fact. I was unable to see.
No. Hold on. Two of the personal fouls offset. The other one gets assessed along with the holding.
Okay. Wow.
So
That's fun.
It's 10 yards back from the hold and then half the distance. So that's why they're at the 10.
There you go. You're right, Jeff. Is South Pointe now backed up onto their own 10. Well, how does South Pointe get punched in the mouth? How do they respond? They've been in situations again. They've played in 3 close games, an overtime win, a loss to Huff, and a gritty win against Northwestern. South Pointe, no stranger to being in these type of games. We'll see how they respond after AC Flora had their big opening play. Well, their really big first right hook hit. They were looking for that earlier, looking for those slants. It was done a good job from the defensive line for South Pointe to eliminate that. And then they crept forward and AC Flora threw it right past where the linebackers were. That's why play action works, Jeff.
Spread offense is going to be a run.
Yeah. My dad would always tell me, he said, play action, run it up, let the linebackers creep forward, throw it over their head. He's listening back at home. That was when I learned as about a 10-year-old kid watching Ohio State football. Now I just watch every kind of football. Well, now the officials will come in from the far side, and this play has not yet been blown into anything, so there's no movement from either side. Well, 6-0 lead for AC Flora. 3:03 here to go in the first quarter. South Pointe visiting Memorial for the first time in over 10 years. Is South Pointe 2-1 against Flora all time. They won last year and they won in 2014. However, AC Flora won back in 2020 en route to a state championship.
Yeah, we did.
40 boys shouted them out. They were part of that team that beat South Pointe. They're hopefully looking on tonight to see if the rest of their predecessors can cement their names in the Falcon lore.
Yeah, the 40 boys are so disruptive.
That's when I got to shout out Asa as well. I was trying to think of names to go on my intro, and he said 40 boys. I said, that's good. It's really good. So 1st and 10, Stallions start on their own 9 near hash, going from right to left. Currents with RJ Brown in the backfield. Read option, handoff straight ahead, but he goes nowhere. He actually spins away from one, but into the slew of white. It was Peyton Bishop who met, but he spun right into Isaiah Watson. Defensive line action there, loss of 1 of the play.
That's what I said. They're spread out. This is going to be a run.
That's how I play in college football, so I'm glad they're taking my college football advice. My friend looked at me and said, why do you like the wide formation? I said, because I can do this, and I run it for 20 yards up the gut.
And it's not just like a 4-receiver set. They do that a lot. It's just how far out the top receivers are. They're not options.
Correct. So 2nd and 10 again. They gave them back in the line of scrimmage, so they're on their own 9, South Pointe. Play clock under 10. Currents changing the play at the line. They'll now get set 3. Play clock counting down to 0. He gets it off right at 0. He'll read option to the right side. Far pitch out caught by the receiver, who shakes one man off, and he may be gone. Going all the way down the right sideline. Jeff set a hold. He will get past midfield and go pushed out at the 45. Number 11, KD Daniels on the stop. It was Dalen Duncan who got the screen. But another play could come back, Jeff.
Yeah, it's definitely coming back.
See, I was following the receiver. I didn't see the hold behind the play. It looked like right as he crossed, as I was following, it must have been. Which again, is now, that is now the 10th penalty on South Pointe today. Because it was the 7th, but those 3 assessed on the kickoff. South Pointe is just shooting themselves in the foot here in this opening quarter. You know, we said coming into the game, AC Flora was focused. They were calm in the locker room. They look right now very much more focused than South Pointe does here in this opening quarter. As the holding will bring them back now to the 6-yard line. So 2:04 here to go in the first quarter. 6-0 lead AC Flora against the Stallions. South Pointe now has a 2nd and 14, excuse me. Back on their own 6. And the gun is Kearns, 3 receivers down low on the far hash. He'll get the snap, he'll just run it right all the way to the weak side of the field, tries to get the sideline, but he's shoved out of bounds. Falcons do not let him get the edge.
Runs out of bounds.
Hi, Bobby, you want me to be aggressive as well?
Looks like that's number 9, Brandon Williams, who's going to shove him out, the linebacker. Not fooled in the play. South Pointe, after that bubble screen worked the last play, this time does not work. It's a 2-yard pickup, so 3rd and 11. This is where AC Flora needs to get home to the pass rusher. Nasir Walker and Jordan Davis did it last time here in this situation. We'll see what Coach Floyd and Coach Benag, the defensive coordinator, have concocted here.
Yeah, you got to get pressure on Kearns.
Got to get pressure. 3rd and 11 on their own 8. Going from right to left is South Pointe, under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kearns gets the snap. He'll look to the left with his 3 receivers over the middle, tipped, and just incomplete. Batet almost had a play, but another play.
Jordan with the tip.
Jordan Davis, the middle linebacker, showing out, trying to get a slant over him as the linebacker gets his paw. 4th down for South Pointe. They'll punt this one away.
Almost got it up enough for one of the safeties.
I thought Batet looked like if he would have just read it a second quicker, he was taking that for 6, because there is no one after on that right side of the field, because that was the wide side. That's where you said the wide formation, that's where it hurts. So their punter, Caden McClure, back in his own end zone. Falcons don't rush him. This McClure will get a good one off as Walker almost got there. It's a bad punt, though. Hits at the 35 of South Pointe and then moves towards the 40. It checks up at the 39. So McClure, even though he had a pretty clean punt, was not able to put a good boot into it. Only really flips the field 29 yards, so Falcons will start in plus territory. Well, Jeff, we talked about how important the first right hook was. The left hook may be almost as important. How do you follow up a 61-yard slant over the middle to Charlie Scott? AC Flora will trot out there for their 3rd offensive possession on the Stallion 39s where they start. 6-0 lead, 1:43 to go in the first quarter. Batet and Scott lined up out wide. Falcons between the hashes with Wensky in the gun. Quan on his left hip. 8 in the box. Falcons will hand it off straight up the middle to Quan. He pushes his way forward, churns past the 1, goes towards past the 35 to the 32 before he's driven back. Zamir Gordon Miles on the stop, but an 8-yard run. Quan's running like a madman, Jeff.
Yeah, it's tough. Love to see.
Gain of 7 on the play, sets up a 2nd down and 3 from the 32-yard
7.
line.
We'll give him 7, so Falcons get all the way to the South Pointe 32, 2nd and 3 between the hashes. Pistol with Quan behind Wensky. Wensky gets the snap, play action, dropping back, rolling to the right side, and they come back around to Kendall Bird, who just couldn't see it. He's looking for a flag, nothing comes. He was contacted with on the out route.
Hey, so what they're doing is they're not rolling.
Looked like it was CJ Worry who was in coverage, who was the one who was in contact. No call, so it'll be 3rd down for AC Flora.
Down and 3 for the Falcon offense following the incompletion.
I will say, Jeff, the protection almost caved in on Roper as it looked like the defensive end, Josiah Lewis, was coming in hot on the near side. 3rd and 3 for Flora on the 32 of South Pointe. They'll change formation. Tight ends move to the bottom half of the formation now. In the gun, Wesley gets the snap, hands off straight up the field to Williams, who just can't fight his way to the 1st down marker. He's tripped up, toppled over by number 23, the defensive lineman, Seth Tillman. Pickup of 1 brings up an interesting 4th down, Jeff. You got to go for it, but what do you call?
Yeah, for sure. Are they bringing in?
Yeah, we'll see. They do have to snap this as the game clock is ahead of the play clock by about 15 seconds. We're at 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and now timeout called by the officials.
Knee pads.
Oh, knee pads.
Is it?
It looked like he pointed to someone. They're telling him to stop the clock. Well, now they are. So initially it was an official timeout. Now they told him to stop the clock. Play clock at 21 seconds here.
Not sure what the official up top was saying.
Not sure. 4th and 2. AC Flora needs the Stallion 29. They have it on the Stallion 31. In the gun, Wenski. Play action. Looking deep play to the right side now. Just connects it down to Kendall Burner. Underneath has the first down and more to the 25. Upended inside the 25 to the 23. Wenski was looking for a deep shot down the right sideline. Instead, just checks it down to a receiver. Bird was left wide open. Was able to get an easy first down and more. Pickup of 7. Give him 8 on the reception. It'll be 1st and 10 here on the Stallion 23. Falcons technically have to snap it. Play clock is dead after Berg went out of bounds. 1st and 10 on the Stallion 23 near hash. Play clock under 5. Once he gets the snap, hand off to straight up the gut to Williams, who gets speared right at the 20. He goes down hard. It was Tillman in the defensive back, Zamir, Gordon, Miles combined on the stop. Pickup of 3, but that'll do it here in the first quarter. Well, you can't complain, Jeff. 6-0 lead for AC Flora over the 3rd best team here in South Carolina.
No, nothing to complain about. Team looks good. Roper looks good. Looks confident.
Roper is, you know, we talked about it coming into the game. Roper didn't have his best game. Maybe it been his worst game against the Stallions last year. So far tonight, he's been polished. Even though his stats may not show it, he's looking really good, and his confidence is there. If he can get a maybe half-second longer in the pocket, if he steps up, we may have some trouble. But while we wait, we're going into the second quarter. We like to give our special shout to our Big Red Box Dumpster Company, the sponsor of tonight's game. Big Red Box Dumpster Company is an all-inclusive private waste disposal company offering 15, 30, and 40-yard dumpster rentals in Columbia, South Carolina. They service both residential and commercial customers. You're in good hands with Big Red Box. Visit them online at bigredboxdumpstercompany.com or give them a call at 803-783-6834 to book a dumpster today.
All right.
Let them know that you're always there to support.
I'm going to lose my voice. I've done 2 PA games, and now I'm giving it my all here.
Hey, I do want to just we've been on the say too, Bobby.
So my voice goes out in the 4th quarter. You'll know why.
Okay, all right, don't worry.
That's all right. I'll mimic you. Like you'll be talking. I'll be like, "What'd you say, Alex?"
Going as much as I can, Jeff. My voice is gone.
Go Falcons.
Go AC Flora.
Oh man.
Hey, I don't want to call Flint because we might get called.
Well, Jeff, now our first official time in the red zone. I can bring this up. The Falcons score 82% of the time so far in the red zone this season. 76% of the time they score a touchdown. They're at the South Pointe 20. It is 2nd and 7. Going from right to left here against the Stallions on the far hash. 3 receivers down low, 1 up top for Wenski. Again, look at Bryson Ginn up top, the 3-star. He'll be working against Juice Thompson, of course, our big-time right tackle. That should be a matchup to watch here. 2nd and 7 for AC Flora. Wenski gets the snap, looking for a quick pass to the left side. It's smothered, and he goes down behind the line of scrimmage. The defensive ends collapse. It is Ginn and Lewis who sack Wenski behind the line, back at the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10. Looked like the quick screen to the left side did not work, Jeff.
No. Hey, you know what would be sort of an awesome long game is if you have like 5 receivers and then whoever Currents is guarding, you make him run the fly. never throw to him, but you make him run the fly just so he has to run up and down the field.
It almost reminds me of when we were playing Billy Morris for Lugoff Elgin at baseball. When he's at 1st and 3rd, and he was going on a 3-2 count with 2 outs in the first inning, and he did it like 3 times, kept fouling it off, and I was like, that's one way to stop him, just wind sprint him. Of course, Morris coming into Clemson. Now timeout called by AC Flora. This is their 3rd and final timeout here in the first half, Jeff. There's over 11 minutes to go in the first half, so not ideal, but Coach Boyd wants to talk over an important 3rd down here. Well, while we have a second, of course, want to thank our other two sponsors so far, Radiker Law and the Mill Pond Steakhouse. First, winning doesn't stop with the verdict. Radiker Law can be your partner in both trial and post-judgment proceedings, from serving as co-counsel at the trial level or on the appeal to guiding you through collection and damage control strategies. The firm provides the strategic support you need to secure your success. Let them handle the research, writing, and arguments so you can focus on the bigger picture. To learn more about Drew Radiker can help, visit radikerlaw.com or contact Drew at 803-500-0891. And of course, another special shout to our sponsor, Coach Dorsey, and the 215, the state champion American Legion team that he was able to put forth this season. Having, of course, our star quarterback, Roper Wensky, manning second on that team all summer. So 3rd and 11. Roper went down just inside the 25, around the 24.5 of the Stallions on the right hash. They need the Stallion 9 for a first, or excuse me, the Stallion 14 for a first. There we go, Alex. Once he gets the snap, they'll pitch it near side. Now, Charlie Scott looking to throw it down that right side. Got a receiver in stride, over the shoulder grab! Did he get in? They say no, just down at the 1, but Jalen Simmons on the reverse pass touchdown gets AC Flora down to the goal line. Charlie Scott, the JV quarterback for a couple of years. He had 2 touchdowns against South Pointe last year. On the end around up top, Wensky pitched it behind, and Charlie threw a beautiful teardrop floater right into the breadbasket.
That's another AC Flora Falcon.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That was awesome, Jeff. 23-yard reception for Simmons, first and goal on the inch line.
Like, those were our only 2 touchdowns last year. You'd think they would be geared for that.
Correct, and they were not. So we'll go on the right hash, first and goal on the half line. In the jumbo, it's Blake Patet, the Wildcat. He gets the snap, tries to run outside. He'll walk into the end zone after outrunning Evans. Patet scores, touchdown AC Flora. And they jump out by 2 scores against South Pointe. Looks like the offense is going to go out, maybe 2.
Yeah, set up again.
No, never mind. Grant Hill will trot out there as well. I saw Roper go out there. I thought the offense may stay, but instead they don't. Patet runs behind his blockers on the right side, outruns the middle linebacker Evans to the pylon. 12-0 AC Flora, extra point pending. South Pointe was able to block the extra point last time. 10:40 to go here in this second quarter. And it looks like an offsides call. A call against the Stallions. It'll go against Currents, who is coming from the far side. Or no, are they going to call?
They're going to bring the jumbo in?
I'm not sure.
Oh, dude, they gotta have them ready to go.
Offsides.
Like, if that happens.
They were going to decline the penalty. As now, I think the Falcons actually, Jeff, we only had 10 men as Joel Johnson comes out to the right side. That's why Currents was trying to blitz. Yeah, Joel Johnson was supposed to be over there, which is why Currents really wanted to. So the extra point will be kicked yet again. Grant Hill puts it up, and it is no good. So he kept it inside on the near side, so it had 12-0 lead for AC Flora. As South Pointe starting off now behind 2 scores. This has been the best defense in the state so far, Jeff. The most points they've allowed in the game is 23 to one of the top teams in 5A, Northwestern, one of the top teams in the state. They were in front of everyone before their loss. They allowed 23 points to them last week.
Yeah, apologies to Blake. I did not save his touchdown run. Instead, I saved the Charlie's throw. It seemed like the more important one, right?
You know, that was an incredible throw. And Jeff, if you can see, I know people at home cannot.
I think it was in before.
I was in preparation. I put Charlie's name pre-game. I was almost guaranteeing he was going to throw a pass today, and I was right. So the Falcons have 1-2 comboed the number 3 ranked team in South Carolina. How can the Stallions respond? They find themselves in a 12-0 hole here against the Falcons in Columbia. Well, we'll see what the game plan is. Grant Hill pushed it around the 20 last time, and if there wasn't a hold, Watkins was taking it all the way to the house. Now Hill will push this one around to the 20-yard line yet again. It'll be taken in on the far side. Looks like it'll be number 1, Malik the Freak, who will get up near the 35 and finally shoved out of bounds by Brandon Williams near the 40. Of course, Malik the Freak Ratliff is what they call him. He's got offers from Austin Peay, Charlotte, UNC, and Marshall. Been their top target all season, and tried to get outside. Brandon Williams had none of it.
For your Falcon defense.
Well, South Pointe came up short in their first drive in the red zone. Then their second drive went 3 and out after another holding call. Currents will come out with R.J. Brown. Tripped receivers down low, 1 up top. 1st and 10 for South Pointe on their own 38, going from left to right here, trailing 12-0. They're on the far hash as Currents gets the snap, looking to the near side. Got a receiver on the inside. He makes the grab up past the 40 before he's tag team at the 42. Brandon Williams, Jordan Davis combined on the stop. Reception made by number 14 for South Pointe. That will be Josiah Hollins. I do have that on my roster. I just did not look there. So Hollins with a 4-yard reception on first down. So 2nd and 6, South Pointe moves to the 42 of their own on the near hash now. Trip receivers move up top. Currents gets the snap. Play action, he'll go top up Simons, way over the head of Dalen Duncan. Looks for a screenplay as Batet and Davis were converging quickly. The RPO there for Currents. I'm not sure if that was predetermined, but it may have been the wrong read, as now it's 3rd and 6. Trying to go tempo here, 3rd and 6 on their 42 of their own for South Pointe. Going from left to right on the near hash. Currents, they'll clap, and no movement, the Falcon D-line. And now Katie Daniels, the safety who came down to the box, moves back. Monty Lafitte, the middle linebacker for AC Flora, changing the play. Now he gets up right in front of the center. He'll drop back. Currents looking to the far side, has Duncan on the far side, trying to get to the pylon. The first down marker comes up a yard short. They needed 6, he got 5. Tackle at the 46, they need the 47, and they're gonna go quickly, Jeff. 4th and 1. Never mind. They're not gonna go quick, they're gonna send some other personnel in. Hayden McClure, the extra offensive lineman, will come in. 4th and 1 on their own 42. They need the Falcon 43. Currents with Brown in the backfield. Gets the snap, he'll hand it off straight up the gut, tries to fight, and he cuts back upfield. He will get the first down after a late run from R.J. Brown. 2-yard gain, tackle made by, I believe it was Jack Long and Monty Lafitte in there. But a 2-yard carry for Brown after he initially was stopped behind the line. Does the job, they get the first, Jeff.
Sorry, still good defense on that sequence.
I mean, you can't complain.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 on the 49 of their own. South Pointe just shy of midfield. Between the hashes, Duncan will go in motion up top, from bottom to top, tries to get up top, tries to string it out. The Falcons can't get him behind the line, but they do shove him out just past midfield. Flag does come in as Jordan Davis was a little upset he couldn't trip Duncan up. That would have been about a 7-yard loss if Davis would have gotten his paw on Duncan. Instead, we'll wait for the marker.
Should be a block in the back. I might have called something else on the outside.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, unfortunately. I was really hoping Jordan was able to trip him up, but we've seen Dalen Duncan now multiple plays trying to get him involved. The senior with an offer from Catawba College has 109 yards coming off of an only 1 reception day against Northwestern.
Block in the back.
And we'll be blocking the back. Another penalty for South Pointe. That's the story early. Flora converting on offense. South Pointe really shooting themselves in the foot on both sides of the ball with their penalties. If I'm counting,
over 100 yards, right?
That's our 11th penalty today, yes, Jeff. So they have to be.
A couple of them are 15-yarders. So, yeah.
1st and 20 for South Pointe now at their own 39. And I haven't done the math. I'll have to go back at halftime, but it's definitely over 100 with all the 15-yarders they have. 1st and 20, South Pointe between the hashes. Currents with Brown in the backfield. Play action now looking to a near side. Quick curl route to Malik. He gets swallowed up right at the 45. Caught turn, and Azel Banad drags him down. Helping finish him up was Monty Lafitte. And Caden Brown, but a flag flies late. I think they say it's on the tackle from Lafitte and Brown. Ratliff was still fighting for yards. And now they're going to talk this one over. Lafitte is trying to plead his case that he was just helping clean up. But this will be a potential drive saver for South Pointe if it goes in favor of the Stallions. Looks like they're looking over that way to see what the penalty is.
Same first down.
Yeah, personal foul. I guess they're going to call it on the hit from Lafitte and Brown, but I'm not sure about that one, Jeff. It looked like they were just trying to clean the play up because Ratliff was still fighting.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can't hear if there was a whistle or something over there, but
no, unfortunately we can't. But looks like a football play to me at least. So 1st and 20 now moves to 1st and 10. It's a 5-yard reception for Ratliff. It's his first one of the night. So 1st and 10 on the Falcon 41. Falcons put 8 in the box. Currents gets the snap, hands it off straight up the gut, trying to plunge his way forward, but he gets wrapped up and dropped maybe a yard past the line of scrimmage. Nasir Walker, Kanan Brown swallow up RJ Brown. And now a player for South Pointe is down right at the 40. Play will stop.
Official timeout on the field.
It's one of their linemen.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like one of their interior linemen. I'm not able to see the number. This potentially could be really costly if it's a certain one, but okay, I do see it is. They're actually, in it for another sense, is just as costly. It's their center, Brandon Williams, who's down. The big senior, 262.
Coach Todd, B-Team lacrosse.
Yeah.
So,
I saw it. That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, that's right.
Much appreciated. So Williams is gingerly walking off with some help. Of course, that is their senior center. Have to see who they bring in. Their long snapper is Ethan Mick.
Center? Oh,
that's their center. So the one I was really worried about for them is number 75, the South Carolina commit Anthony Baxter, who I was talking to the announcers for the radio for South Pointe coming into the day, and they claimed he is potentially the best player on the field today, along with Kearns, rivaling him. That's how good he's been this season, big number 75. It looks like it's going to be 63, I believe, 61. I'm not able to see the 60, just number 60. So it will be Braden Myers, the junior, who's stepping at center. 2nd and 9, South Pointe at the Falcon 40 between the hashes. Currents in the gun with Brown on his right hip, RJ Brown. He'll look to the left side, it'll be a screen play to Ratliff, who tries to bounce outside of the 40, goes near the 45 before he gets shoved out of bounds, but a flag again. This one may be on Josiah Hollis, the wide receiver. So Hollis had a catch already on this drive, but he was trying to keep Benag from getting to Ratliff, and this may be just as costly. Penalties, penalties, penalties for South Pointe. This is a team that has gone through some of the toughest competition that any team in the state has gone through. Playing the number 1 team in North Carolina, the number 7 team in North Carolina, the number 3 team now in 5A, the top 5 team in the state. And so far, they have just kept committing penalties this first half. This is what's killing them. They're trailing 12-0 with 8:13 to go, and they cannot get out of their own way. Falcons accept the penalty, of course. It'll be 2nd and 19. I mean, it's kind of baffling, Jeff, how this game has gone.
That's a lot of penalties.
In favor of discipline. So South Pointe moves back to their Falcon 49 on the far hash. Going from left to right, 2nd and 19. Currents in the gun, 2 receivers either side. Low snap, he gets it. 3 rushers, Peyton Bishop, he gets away from 1. Now still looking downfield. He'll unload. We got a receiver inside the 15. Kendall Bird bats it down, but a flag comes out. He was looking for Caden Vassell, the junior.
Kendall was looking back.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's interesting. So,
it was underthrown from Currents inside the 10. And
yeah, that's why I said, like, when we watched the Northwestern game, like, all of the deep balls were underthrown. And so far tonight, he's 2 for 2 underthrowing the deep ball.
Well, what's also interesting to know is Currents had grass in front of him to run, and he opted to throw that ball deep. You would think in a 2nd and 19 situation, it would be better to take the yards and make it a 3rd and manageable. Of course, the penalty will get bailed out, as it looks like there's pass interference will be called against AC Flora, and he takes the bailout, but interesting decision from Currents. Again, of course, he's not a quarterback. He steps into quarterback this season, but it's not his main position.
No, he's an incredible athlete. Yeah. A quarterback out of necessity. Whoa.
15-yard first down. That was 15 yards. They're on the 49, remember?
18. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're on the 49. So ball goes into now, deeper into Falcon territory at the 34.
Oh, wait, not an automatic first down?
First down for the penalty.
No, it's
Yeah,
still
they're just resetting it, I believe.
No.
Oh, never mind, I guess.
It's not automatic.
I thought there was.
in high school.
That's a new one to me.
Yeah. It's,
So 2nd and 4, South Pointe now at the 34. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Learn something new every day, Jeff. Stack receivers for top and bottom for South Pointe. 2nd and 4 on the Falcon, 34 on the far hash. Currents, claps, hands the ball straight ahead to Brown. He's got a gaping hole to the 30, 25-20. He will roll into the end zone after winning the foot race. And R.J. Brown gives the Stallions what they desperately needed. A big-time play, 34-yard run up the middle. And South Pointe have now cut the lead in half, pending the extra point. They had success earlier in the game with that, Jeff, and the Falcons try to bid out on the outsides with the stack. R.J. Brown able to get past Monty Lafitte, and he wins the foot race.
yeah, speaking of that Northwestern, he had a few really good runs, like up the middle like that against Northwestern.
He's very good, yes. Extra point up, and a line drive kick that is going to find its way through the upside for Lawson Miller. Upright for Lawson Miller. So Brown now 7 carries, 70 yards through now his first half here in South Pointe. After AC Flora came out 1-2, big time response for the Stallions. They needed that badly. And it could have gotten a lot worse if Kendall Bird was not called for the pass interference. Of course, we can argue that all day, but unfortunately, it was called that way. So with 7:56 to go here in this first half, 12-7 lead for AC Flora. Batet and Benag back deep to return. Falcons would like some points before half as South Pointe will get the ball to start the second.
Yeah, Kendall short in front of them. That's interesting. It's a good call. I like that.
Just trying to get all their playmakers back. Miller, he'll put his right foot into this one at the 40, and they'll boot it deep. It'll be Tet on the far side, takes it in his own 8. He comes and runs it near side. Now stop and start to the 15, sidesteps to the 20, but he's cut down hard. Stop made by number 30, DeCorian Heath, the linebacker. South Pointe special teams have been on point today. Great coverage, not letting Batet get going.
I don't know. I'm down here looking at the
So the Falcons 2 for 3 in terms of all-branch production. It's been a Charlie Scott 61-yard strike, and then a Batet jumbo package Wildcat run into the end zone after Charlie Scott delivers the big-time play through an over-the-shoulder grab to his running back on the far sideline near the pylon. We'll see what Roperlenski has in store for us this time. 12-7 lead, Falcons set up on their own 18 on the near hash pistol. Coming in motion from top to bottom, Scott handing off right up the middle. It will be stuffed right at the line. Quan Williams on the run. Pickup of maybe a yard. CJ Wary, the defensive back on the stop. They give him the line of scrimmage to just 2nd and 10 again.
Hey, when we were at jet sweep, was that freaking X? Yeah, we got to flip that, guys. Come on, guys.
So 2nd and 10, Falcons at their own 18. Excuse me, their own 19. 5 wide, 3 up top, 2 down low. 4 down linemen. Now a receiver comes in motion top to bottom. It's Scott. He'll come on the wheel route. Wenske looking that way on the near sideline to Scott. He's got the grab and he's staying bounds inside of the 40. No signal yet. And they will give him the catch at the 40-yard line. The Falcons on the diamond connect on the gridiron. 21-yard pitching catch for the first. Charlie Scott, 2 receptions, 82 yards, was able to get his foot down, Jeff. Nice play. Turned around as he was getting hit by the defensive back. The safety, Zamir Gordon-Miles, just wasn't able to catch him. Of course, his speed makes it hard. So 1st and 10 now for AC Flora. 6:20 to go here in the first half. Falcons up 12-7 against the Stallions. Jumbo set, 2 receivers in tight. Falcons at their own 40. Wensky will drop back. He'll look to the near side. It'll be Grady Bell who gets the reception at the 40, and he'll bounce out of bounds quickly. Jazavian Kearns showing off his skills. Comes in from the middle of the field, closes in quickly. No gain on the play.
I hate to do it to him, but Pat's going to have to run a little bit of the empty.
That is, funny enough, Grady Bell's first reception of the year, Jeff. Goes for no yards.
Oh, man.
He is on the stat sheet for the first time. So 2nd and 10 for the Falcons, near hash on their own 40. Going from right to left, it'll be a pistol with 2 receivers out, one the other side. It looks like Juice just stood up in his stance, not sure. It looked like South Pointe was bringing everyone to the line, and Falcons weren't even set. I don't think Wensky's even calling for the ball. It's just a 5-yard penalty on Juice. Very uncharacteristic penalty for him as well.
You don't have to call his name out very often for penalties.
So you call him out for the good stuff he did. Or that may have been McGowan, excuse me. Number 75 is Jay McGowan, not Juice. Juice near side.
How dare you?
I apologize, Juice. That's what, again, uncharacteristic. It is the young sophomore, Jeremiah McGowan. So now 2nd and 15, Falcons on their own 35. 2 receivers up top for Wensky in the gun. Again, 9 in the box for South Pointe. They'll look like they'll bring the houses. We'll hand it off up the middle to Quan, who tries to fight his way forward. He'll get a couple on the play before being pushed into the turf. Looked like it was the defensive back, number 26 on the stop, who I don't have a number for. Awesome. Pickup of 2 for Williams, brings up a 3rd and long for AC Flora. It may be Josiah Lewis, I'm not exactly sure. Or Joshua McClure. Fortunately, not able to see anything. So 3rd and 13. Falcons will go 5 wide here between the hashes. 5:30 to go in the first half, up 12-7 over South Pointe. 3 up top, 2 down low. Wensky gets the snap. 3 down rush. Wensky will uncork one to the right side as a post route to the corner. Josh Davis can't make the play, and he got tackled out of bounds late after the ball set over his head. In coverage, Darian Judge. Bring up 4th down, and the Falcons will have to punt the ball for the first time today. That would have been a tough play for Wensky, trying to fit the ball like a needle into like a doorknob, like the keyhole. That's what it felt like it would have had to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking of my strat. I think I like it. It would have been awesome.
It would have been really cool.
Like just making Kearns run.
Yeah, South Pointe will bring 8 men to the line. They rush about 6 of them. Wensky gets the punt off. Nice line drive punt. Hits inside the South Pointe player. Have to pick it up. Yes, they do at the 25-yard line. It's Xavier Gordon Miles, who actually has wide open on the right side. And 40 down to the 50. Another flag flies, and now Spinney topples him over. He has no idea, but Xavier Gordon Miles had a great return that's going to be negated again.
2 flags.
Oh gosh, I guess
5 flags too.
They should stack. That's my unpopular opinion. I think penalties should stack, and that's not me as a biased Flora announcer. That's just me as a football fan saying if you have multiple penalties, you should get charged for multiple penalties.
Yeah.
Now I am trying to see. No one was looking, and that was going to be number 21, Willie Dye, the defensive back. Not paying attention, Jeff, and it hit off his leg. That's why the return man, Gordon Miles, had to pick it up.
South Pointe coach is trying to curse on my stream.
I know, I'm trying to talk over him as I can, but they're doing a really good job of making it vocal. I mean, no, it's another penalty for South Pointe, and that's what's kind of really keeping them out of this, what felt like made Flora in control of this game. South Pointe continues to just cause problems for themselves.
Yeah.
Running on the field is holding against the return team.
And you know, Jeff, we've watched tape.
You know, like, well, one of the other things, so there's always like the penalty yards, right?
Yeah.
But then there's like also the positive yards that it cost you. So they're over 200 for that.
Correct, that's the problem. I mean, there's been at least about, the kickoff return and then multiple 40, 50-yard plays that have been all negated because South Pointe has held. So now they're backed up onto their own 28 instead of being in plus territory. It's 1st and 10. 5 minutes to go here in this first half. South Pointe trails 12-7. South Pointe trying to respond to the 1-2 AC Flora put on them. Kearns with R.J. Brown in the backfield on his left hip. On the far hash. Kearns gets the snap, hands off straight up the gut to Brown, tries to fight for it. He runs through 2 defenders up near the 35 before he's wrapped up. Tackle made by Jordan Davis, but a 5-yard carry. R.J. Brown on the carry. R.J. Brown's been the workhorse. 8 runs, 75 yards. 2nd and 5 on their own 34. They need the Falcon 34, or the 40, their own 49. There we go, Alex. Handoff up the middle. Brown trying to fight forward. He knifes his way towards midfield. Ball comes out on the ground. Still, it's on the ground. Trying to finally, and now it's a scrum, and finally picked up by Azel Banag at the 40. My words are jumbling, but I can't talk. R.J. Brown just lost the ball. No one could pick it up. It goes 20 yards into Falcon territory, and the Falcons grab it. I am at a loss for words. I'm trying not to laugh. What did I just see?
What's amazing is like so many people madly scrambling for the ball, and you could see like Azel like sort of setting his feet is like, all right, I gotta just calmly wrap this up.
Well, I think it was Blake who actually tried to pick it up and run with it, but then it looked like South Pointe was going to get it. It looked like Anthony Baxter has made his way downfield as well as Malik Ratliff. But I think Ratliff had the same idea as Blake is saying, there's a lot of grass in front of me. If I get this ball, I'm going to the house. Well, oh my goodness, Jeff. Well, that is now the 2nd fumble South Pointe has had this season. AC Flora, what has been an incredible turnover year for them. I mean, I think that's their 11th turnover for the defense. That is their 11th turnover for AC Flora's defense. 1st and 10 on their own 39, far hash, and the gun for Wenski. He'll get the snap. Drop it straight back now. Pass rush converges and drops him near side. I'm going to take number 26 as Josiah Lewis as he gets Wenski, and now a man is down for AC Flora. It looks like Juice.
Official timeout on the field.
It's the first time Wenski has been sacked this game. Or maybe the second, excuse me. The first one was a busted screen that Wenski's had to eat. A player that AC Flora really cannot afford to lose. That's Juice Thompson who's down for AC Flora. The Falcons' potential all-state left tackle, holding offers from Kentucky, Miami of Ohio, Syracuse, Coastal Carolina, USF, and Charlotte. And more to come as well, got to imagine. Was he rolled up on, Jeff? Were you able to see?
No, I couldn't see. He must have pulled. He's left tackle, and that's over in the right tackle spot.
No, he got beat. He was the one who got the sack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was trying to recover, is what happened.
I got you.
Yeah, he just came all the way across the field. Yeah, you don't want to pull on a pass play. That would be detrimental to how that works.
Yeah, no. I guess everyone sort of met in the middle anyways.
I think he probably got rolled up on if I had to guess, but he is up, and he's getting helped off the field. Walking very gingerly, but he is walking under, well, supervision. It looked like it had been in power for a second, but now he looks like he's leaning heavily.
Yeah.
Well, again, a player the Falcons cannot afford to lose, but if I had to take a shot, it means Jeremiah McGowan will have to go now to the left tackle spot. I'm not sure who will put on the right tackle spot, but
ladies and gentlemen, number 77.
If you're talking about players you cannot afford to lose, Juice is probably number 1.
Yeah.
We talked about how the Falcons have been pretty injury-free coming into the day. This is their first, well, really their second big blow. Logan Price has been out with a broken collarbone. He's on the sideline here tonight. Now Juice is getting help off. Juice will go to the medical tent, and now AC Flora, after a 6-yard loss on the sack, have to figure out where we go now at the right tackle spot.
Second down and 16 from the 33-yard line, coming out of the official timeout.
The offense, who has scored on 2 possessions, 2 out of 4, will now trot out there. And I have no number for number 60, but that's who's replacing, so if anyone can help. Left tackle, I believe, is going to be Jamari Carmichael, moving from right guard. Falcons go quickly, and throw it right up the gut, and they'll get swallowed up behind the backfield. It was Williams who basically, or Simmons who...
Oh, there was a 15-yard.
Wait, what? They didn't call it.
How is that not?
They threw him late. Simmons, who was tackled at the line of scrimmage, no call. And now timeout called by South Pointe. There was a whistle, and he got thrown afterwards. No call again, as you can hear the dismay of Jeff to the left.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That one, it looked like it was a violent motion after the whistle. It may have been hard to hear down in the field, but it's what you got to imagine.
We heard the whistles from up here.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm just doing my duty as announcer, Jeff. Thank you. I believe that's Josiah Lewis on the stop, as well as Kearns was helping him clean it up. And Lewis was the one, number 26. So I don't have the number for, so that's why I'm assuming it's Josiah Lewis. But that was who was the one who threw Simmons. Well, 3rd and long for EC Flora, 3rd and 16. Falcons were able to get back possession after the fumble from R.J. Brown. R.J. was having another good run, but then got it stripped. Well, I'm sure we'll have to see who was credited with the strip at halftime, but with 3:30 left to go here in this first half, 12-7 lead for EC Flora. This did 3rd down. Could determine how South Pointe plays the rest of this half, and is really as well as AC Flora plays. Roper in the gun, 3rd and 16 on their own 33. They need midfield. Wensky dropping back. He'll take a shot to the right side, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Intended receiver Josh Davis. He'll take a zone coverage, so the man underneath, Darian Judge, was the closest man to him. And now it looks like AC Flora have to punt yet again. South Pointe dropping a lot farther back into zone now, making Wensky fit. He passes into tighter windows. This time wasn't able to grab it, so now Roper will go back to punt. South Pointe running their punt team on as well. Roper back inside his own 20. Return men for South Pointe back at their own 35. Once he gets the snap, and he'll line drive this one in. It'll actually be a shank. Goes out of bounds up near the 50, or the 45, excuse me. And they mark him at the 43-yard line. Well, Roper, who had a great punt his first go around, looks like he got the outside of his foot on that one. And went all the way out. So now South Pointe will start with a short field.
Well, let's make some noise for your Falcon defense.
South Pointe trying to respond. They trail 7-12 with 3:18 to go here in the first half. They have the ball in their Falcon 43 on the far hash, going from left to right. 3 receivers down low. It'll be Rashawn Brown, the younger brother of RJ, in the backfield with Currents. He'll get the snap, Currents. Now he rolls to the left. He got a wide open hole to the left side. He's got the 40. He cuts inside to the 30, to the 20, and he will take it all the way to the house. A 43-yard scramble for Trezavian Current shows off the wheels, and South Pointe responds. They take the 13-12 lead. Well, all the action was on the near side. Currents tucked in and ran, got past one defender, and then was easily able to scoot into the end zone. With 3:09, South Pointe has come back and taken a 1-point lead. They'll try to make it 2 with the extra point. Extra point up, and looks like it's going to flutter through the uprights. Good. South Pointe leads 14-12.
With 3 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, that first really, so far it was around, if I had to take a stab at it, 15 minutes, 18 minutes were controlled by AC Flora. These last around 5 have gone in favor of the Stallions, and that is how the Stallions have now grabbed this 2-point lead. Well, the Falcon offense.
You can't give them good field position like that.
No, when you have a player just as good as Currents is, he can do that to you. Not a quarterback, but he can run, and showed you why. It's a big part of their offense last year when he was an athlete, kind of a hybrid between a running back and a receiver. Right there, he shows you why. Last year, Currents had 42 carries for 318 yards, 243 yards through the air as a receiver. Juice is still in the tent. So it looks like Falcons will be rolling with that upstart offensive line. They had to get change on the fly. They trail for the first time in this game, 14-12. Miller will boot it deep. So far, it's been good, but 10 having to let it bounce into 10. He'll just let this go all the way into the end zone. Touchback. Well, if there's ever a time for Roper Wenski to have his signature drive of the game, it will be right now. 3:08 left in the first half. 14-12 lead for the South Pointe Stallions, who have been killing themselves with penalties all first half. And they've jumped out in front by 2. And so the new left tackle, Jamari Carmichael. That's the one you have to watch for AC Flora.
Matt Huey,
and then Jarrett Davis will come into the offensive line as well. He'll slide in at right guard. Matt Huey in the near side. Wenski in the gun. Falcons will start between the hashes on their own 20. 1st and 10. Wenski will get the snap, dropping back, looking for a swing pass to the near side of its head. He's got it in the backfield to the 20. Shimmying to the 25 before he's tattooed. It'll be Gordon Miles yet again on the stop at a 5-yard. I feel like that may be even a run play, Jeff, which is how that was behind the line. So 2nd and 5 for AC Flora. They would like to wind down here this first half and score at the end of it. Quan will jog in. Looked like a little gingerly at first, but he'll get in. 3 receivers up top, 1 down low. 2nd and 5 on the 25 for AC Flora, their own. Once he gets the snap, looking for a quick curl this side, near side. Kendall Bird's got it. He's immediately wrapped and driven back out of bounds. Tackle made by Caden Watkins. Watkins is playing off him. It's a quick 3-yard curl, or actually give him 4 before he was pushed back. Bird was able to hold on. He'll be up 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Falcons have it on their own 29. Going from right to left. 2 minutes to go here in the first half, trailing by 2. It'll be Charlie Scott, the receiver on the near side. Watkins manning him up. He's going to press. Looks like 8 in the box for South Pointe. Now they'll push their safety to make it 9. Wenski gets the snap in the gun. He landed off straight ahead, and he's met in the backfield. Nowhere to go for Quan Williams. Tackle for a loss in the play. And a timeout called by South Pointe. Their 2nd of the half. Loss of 2 for Quan Williams. A loss of 3, actually. They move them all the way back to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, until the line settles into their new positions, you got to have everything quick hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was the smartest to run up the middle on 3rd and 1. I understand why. You just want to try to get the yard, but they're putting 9 in the box.
It almost should have been the same play, swing pass to Blake, or just quick to the slot receiver.
I would agree. I think you put 3 receivers in that formation, but South Pointe, of course, responding to our 2 receiver set, putting everyone in the box. I mean, they had 9 in the box, waiting for that, and the defensive end hit home. South Pointe again. They're going to rush Roper Wenski, try to make him punt. He's back inside his own 15. Return men for South Pointe at their own 45. Wenski puts a good boot into this one. Line drive past the 50 to the 40. Taken in by Gordon Miles on the far side. He'll go past midfield, cut back infield to the 45-40. 35-30. Trying to beat the kicker, and he gets shoved out by Monty Lafitte inside the 25. The Northwestern transfer really starting to show. Over another flag back at the 35. Another flag for South Pointe. This one was deeper into the run as Gordon Miles was able to really shroud that left sideline. And we'll have to talk over the flag. It was Monty Lafitte who did shove Gordon Miles out, saving a touchdown. 90 seconds left here in the first half, and we'll check the marker. Personal foul. Crackback block called against South Pointe. That is quite literally a backbreaker in multiple facets because that is a 15-yarder. So instead of getting the ball in the 25, they have the ball at midfield because the penalty was at the 35.
First down and 10, South Pointe from the 50-yard line.
Well, here we go. Falcons at a stop. South Pointe looking to go up by multiple scores. 1st and 10 right at midfield on the far hash. 3 receivers down low, 1 up top. Currents. He'll get the snap. Looking near side. Now a quick slant route into Watkins. He gets swung down right where he caught it. Maybe a yard on the pickup. KD Daniels on the stop. Now, we'll give him a pickup of 2. They get him to the 48, excuse me. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 48 between the hashes. Currents in the gun. Gets the snap. He'll roll out to his right. Has space in front of him. He'll now chuck this one deep. Falcons in pursuit. Looks a receiver not even looking.
Flag down.
Flag down back at the line of scrimmage and on the far side. Intended receiver down the right sideline was Vassell.
3 flags. Ineligible downfield, maybe?
Potentially it was Falcons. Great coverage running stride for stride with Vassell. It looked like Patet.
Yeah, it is.
And Bird in coverage. It was nowhere for Vassell to get the ball. It looked like Curtis was throwing up a prayer. And now we'll check the marker for what feels like the umpteenth time today.
Yeah. He tapped the head. So.
An eligible man downfield is a good call, Jeff.
Yeah. Made sense. I didn't see anything, but it just made sense. All the flags were late and all right around the line of scrimmage. So South Pointe still with 1 timeout.
Under a minute to go now in the first half. They're backed up on their own 46 between the hashes, 47 actually. Stack receivers. This is where they gash us for a run, Jeff. 2nd and 13. Currents now pump fakes. He's looking to the left side. Nobody home. Currents now scrambles to the right. Keeps looking downfield now to receiver. Nobody home. He had a receiver in the flat. It was Josiah Hollins. Caving in quickly was Kendall Bird. Looked like they wanted the fake screen wheel route on the far side, and if Currents kept with it, he may have had someone. However, Benag, smartly, since Currents started rolling out to the near side, left his receiver. So Currents technically a glorified throwaway after having a receiver. 51 seconds left here in the quarter. 14-12 in favor of South Pointe. 3rd and 13 on their own 47. Between the hashes, of course. Falcons put 7 in the box. Currents will get the snap, handed off to Rashawn Brown. He cuts up field and he gets driven back. Peyton Bishop swallows him whole and drives him back. No gain on the play. And that will just about do it here in the first half as the play clock and the game clock are now synced up, and this may be all for the first half. 14-12 lead for the Stallions as the Falcons have no way to stop the clock. And that's how the first half ends. Well, a tale of really 67% of the first half and 33%. The Falcons, after stalling on their first drive, back-to-back scores.
It's like half a second more on the play clock.
Well, they may go.
On the clock.
Yeah, well, Currents lines up for a play, never mind. 4 wide, and they do snap it. Currents looking downfield. Bishop comes in. He'll throw the ball to Ratliff. Incomplete. There should be at least a second left, and Floyd.
There should be.
Bishop was closing in, looking for Ratliff on the far side, and Floyd's saying we should have a second left. And now the official blowing. South Pointe trying to quickly get into the locker room. Coaches are trying to shuttle them in there, and the Falcons still in the field. Coach Floyd, and I believe that's Coach Benago down there trying to get it in there, not going to say no. And the Falcons, who wanted one more shot to the end zone, they do turn him away on 4th down, incomplete for Currents. Yeah. And that's how the first half finishes. So again, as I said before the play, before I realized they're going to snap one more play, a tale of really 67% and 33%. The Falcons, back-to-back touchdown drives after their first drive sold out, took a 12-0 lead. Then, of course, all of a sudden, South Pointe, after they'd been really killing themselves with penalties, was able to find what worked, able to score 2 touchdown runs, one by R.J. Brown, one by Jazavian Currents. That's where we stand here, Jeff. 14-12 lead for South Pointe. Anybody's ball game here going into the second half.
Yeah. So many penalties, but the only one that I'm thinking of is the one that they didn't call, the personal foul after the play.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna.
Because that would have kept our drive going, and we would have been punting. If nothing else, we would have been punting from further up the field.
Yeah. So hopefully Juice is okay. We'll have to check in the medical tent. He's down there, but Falcons will have to find some offense without their star offensive tackle.
But in the meantime, we have the Flora Falcon Regiment Band.
Yes.
Turn your attention to the field.
So, Jeff and I will step away. We'll take our breather as you guys take yours.
Presents a portion.
It's a fireworks show here at Memorial. We'll see how it goes.
Titled Heist.
Yeah, all right, I will, assuming that they don't play any music in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and turn my headset up just a little bit so you'll be able to hear the band.
Symphony number 7. Symphony number 9. Next is Paradise. This show, titled Heist, is a part of a show that the Falcon Regiment intends to bring to competition this season. We'll begin their competition season tomorrow at Midland Valley High School. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the AC Flora Falcon Regiment.
Good evening. This is W. Let's call the best bank Grand Haven order the deposit today.
Listen up, folks. Grand Haven brokers are all in the ladder this week with the stock ticker buzzing.
Say, folks, Grand Haven's still buzzing after last night's prize fight.
Step lively, Grand Haven. A brand new jazz joint swung up.
This is WMRN, back in progress in the City Beat. Construction crews began
The headlines again. The Metropolitan Trust just took in a bankroll bigger than the rest. Nobody's noticed who dropped the tax.
Flash from WMRN. The mystery fortune has been...
Hello, Grand Haven. Let's cheer this news. The Metropolitan Trust has received its larger deposit.
Well, neighbors, Grand Haven's got a buzz tonight. The Metropolitan Trust just saw a deposit so hefty, it's the talk of every...
This is WMRN, taking a lead in Grand Haven. Witnesses say a sharply dressed stranger strode into the Metropolitan Trust Bank today and left behind a staggering deposit.
Once again, give it up for your AC Flora Falcon Regiments.
All right, that was the AC Flora Falcon Regiment. I'm going to go ahead and switch to royalty-free music, and we will be back for the second half.
Hillcrest leads Alden.
All right, back for the second half.
Back for round 2, if you will.
2-point game.
Yeah, it's been game of so far, game of 2 runs, Flora 12-0, and then South Pointe won a 14-0 run unanswered. So Flora's going to have to snuff out that fire. The Stallions start the second half with the ball. So,
but I mean, I think if you offered Flora the option of starting the second half down 2 points, they would take it.
Oh, you're not complaining at all, no.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what the game plan is in the second half. It seems like South Pointe is dropping a lot more back, daring us to run the ball, which we had success early, but have not had success in these last 2 drives. So it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Floyd and Coach Horton have drawn up for the second half in a game that should hopefully for AC Flora come down to the wire. They're hoping to continue to give South Pointe all they can handle and more. But of course, this is what South Pointe has driven this start for them. They've played so many tough teams for moments like these, Jeff. When you play the top two of the top teams in North Carolina, and you also then play one of the best teams in South Carolina before you even get to region, the whole goal is for this to happen. That was what Coach Collins told me. He said this has been built up to make these deep runs in the playoffs. That whole non-region slate was built for times like this and built for the playoffs. AC Flora in their closest game of the season so far at the half. Of course, it doesn't take much, but...
Well, to be fair to Flora, we didn't know that Chapin was going to be horrible.
Correct. I mean, we always play Chapin as well, so it's one of those where, you know, there are teams that are better that you put on the schedule that, you know, Lawrence we thought was going to be better as well.
Yeah.
So Grant Hill will do the honors, back deep to return. It'll be Ratliff and Watkins. However, it's going to pooch it to the near side there around the 35, trying to stay in bounds. It checks up. Gordon Miles does grab it at the 35. He'll be pushed out of bounds near side, but heads up play 11-on-11 action as Katie Daniels shoves him out.
Points number 11 is on here, Gordon Miles. Returning to the 40-yard line.
So here we go, Jeff. This is a big start here to the second half. What does Flora have? Falcon defense going to have to come up big here and give their offense the ball back. Of course, we've not heard anything about Juice, probably will not hear anything, so we'll have to see how the offense looks when they come out their first drive, but we know how South Pointe's going to look, and they do come out there, and it's been the hot hand today, Zamir Gordon Miles. He's been all over the place as a return man defensive back. He starts the lead back here in the second half. South Pointe starts on their own 40, going from left to right, up 14-12. Let's have some fun. Second half starts now. Currents gets the snap looking left. Continues to drop, no rush. Now the Falcons get to him late. Walker, a throw over the middle, caught by Watkins at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. He's finally caught from behind at the 1. But what a throw from Currents, and what a catch. Or no, excuse me, that's number 9, Dalen Duncan, who caught that. What a play. Goodness.
That was a heck of a catch.
59-yard reception from Duncan, who had to use every bit of his 5'9" frame to reel that in. 59-yard play. Now Currents and Gordon Miles at the 1 in the gun on the near hash. Going from left to right, hands off to Gordon Miles up the way. He plunges forward and will reach into the end zone. Touchdown, South Pointe. 2 plays in 22 seconds.
Number 11, Zynier Gordon Miles.
Sear Walker was getting pressure on the throw. Kearns was able to deliver his best ball of the day, a ball on the money. And South Pointe now leads 20-12.
Hey, y'all see at the bottom? I would have had no problem if he just decided to throw this vertical and nip at the bottom of the screen.
So extra point up and good. South Pointe ahead 21-12, and just like that, Jeff, 3 straight scores for South Pointe unanswered. The Falcons have to respond as the first one out there for his defense, Roper Wensky, trying to rally the troops. All eyes are going to be on the Falcon quarterback here after a great start for the South Pointe one, Jazavian Kearns. Coming in after halftime, 65 yards, basically double that now. Or 63 rather.
I mean, it's good either way. The corner's going left to Baylor. So hey, I got coach, listen. We'll go back to that. Early and late, we're going to lead the action. We want that stuff there. And then we go to the
Falcons back deep at their own 10. So far, the kick coaching for South Pointe has been great. Lawson Miller has been booting it deep. Again, Benag and Batet back there to return. South Pointe will line drive boot this one to around the 10. Batet will pick it up at the 10. He'll try to run it near side, cuts it back to the field to the 20, 25, but he's tripped up. Batet almost had some grass. Instead, it's Caden Vassell who trips him up. Batet with the 16-yard return will put AC Flora past the 25 here for their first drive of the second half. Well, Jeff, how important is this drive?
Yeah, it's pretty important.
It's pretty important indeed.
Every drive becomes more critical now.
Correct. Well, Jarrett Davis will stay in. No juice out here for the first drive of the second half. Davis will stay at right guard. Jamari Carmichael will move to left tackle. 1st and 10 for AC Flora on their own 26, going from right to left between the hashes. Wensky in the gun. He gets the snap, he'll hand it off. No, play action over the middle, try for a slant, incomplete. Charlie Scott, who was blanketed by KJ Berg over the middle. Nothing called. Be second down. Charlie was looking for a flag. He believes one of his hands was tampered with. No dice though. So 2nd and 10 from the 26. 2 receivers up top, 1 down low. 4 down lineman for the Stallions. Wensky gets the snap, dropping back, looking to the near side, looking for a quick comeback route. Kendall Birdie's got it at 35, stutter step, shoulders to the 40, 40 driven out. And then it's a little extracurricular, but immediately putting his hands up is Watkins, making sure he doesn't get another penalty. 14-yard reception, first down AC Flora.
And an AC Flora Falcons first down.
I gave him 15 yards, Zach Shackler. Charlie now at 97 yards. As now we're 11:21 here to go in the third quarter. 21-12 lead for South Pointe. They've come all the way back and have taken a 2-possession lead here against the home Falcons. We'll see what Coach Floyd and the offense can do. 1st and 10 from their own 41 on the left hash for AC Flora. And they're all blues here today. Wensky gets the snap, and a flag comes out late. It was Gary starting the game here at the running back, but looked like a whistle, then turned into an actual whistle.
They didn't set.
No. It's a 5-yard penalty. Falcons trying to go quicker than what they were able to.
For the Falcons from the 35-yard line.
A 5-yard penalty moves them back to the 36. So 1st and 15 now. Falcons at their own 36. Going from right to left on the near hash. Wensky in the gun. 2 receivers down low. South Pointe brings 6 to the line. Wensky dropping back. Tries to get the blitz pickup. Tries to get hit, and that ball slips out. Just incomplete. Wensky got draped by Bryson Ginn. Free rusher from the other side. The man you don't want to leave open. They were not able to pick up the blitz. It'll be second and long, excuse me. Bryson Ginn was man who got home. And Wenski was lucky that fell incomplete. It looked like it was going in the direction of Caden Watkins before it checked up midair. So 2nd and 15 on their own 36. 2 receivers down low. South Pointe 5 to the line this time. Wenski, play action, looking for a screen near side. Kendall Burns got it in space in front of him. 40, 45, ball flies out near the sideline and may not be picked up. Currents was trying to grab it, but he couldn't do it. It looks to be maybe about a 4-yard, 5-yard reception. Well, never mind, excuse me, not a 5-yard reception, about a 7-yard reception, 8 before the ball came out. They're going to spot it. They're going to say he got to the 48 of AC Flora before he fumbled the ball, so Falcons will now have it 3rd and 3, which is officially then it'll be 3rd down and 2 for AC, or 3rd and 3 for AC Flora. On their own 48, they need the 49 of South Pointe. In jumps Charlie Scott, pointing as he runs across from bottom to top. He was put in motion, and for the 2nd time, AC Flora has gotten South Pointe to move on that. Encroachment on the defense. That's a free 1st down for AC Flora, Jeff. Beautiful play call.
Yeah.
That is exactly what you needed right there after a big 3rd down looming. Falcons move the chains now for the 2nd time this drive.
They get a hard count with the receiver coming in motion. It's kind of tough to stay back.
Did that first drive of the game. So now 1st and 10, 11:09 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Falcons trail by 9. They're on the South Pointe 47, 1st and 10. Wenski dropping back. Quick pass down the left sideline to Batet. Back shoulder, not in time, incomplete. Wenski got crushed at the end. He is slow to get up. In coverage was Caden Watkins. Trying for a back shoulder fade to Batet down that near sideline. Unfortunately, Batet was not able to come back and grab it. Be 2nd and 10 for AC Flora again on the South Pointe 47. This is a what do you got drive. Falcons need a score here big time. They're on the 47 near hash. Wenski motions Benag from bottom to top. Play action. Now he's looking for the flat. Got nowhere. Wenski rolls back to the near side and will just throw this one away.
Ain't nobody over there. Ain't nobody over there.
If you can hear the South Pointe coaches, he's outside the pocket and it's in front of the line of scrimmage, which is not intentional grounding.
Yeah, a couple years ago you couldn't do that in South Carolina high school football, but I'm pretty sure they changed the rule. So like that is allowed.
Yeah.
Like the rule matches what what we expect it to be.
Yeah,
but it used to be that you couldn't throw it away. It's weird.
Well, I think they were, yeah. Either way, 30 and 10 for AC Flora. They need the South Pointe 37-yard line to move the chains. Bird down low, Batet and Benag up top on the near hash. Wenski in the gun. South Pointe rushes 4. Wenski dropping back. He'll throw into the near side. Kendall Bird with a hands catch. Was not able to grab it, but a flag comes out against Caden Watkins in coverage. Blanketed was Bird. He was not able to grab the ball, and I think he's a little upset with himself. He actually didn't bring it in, but it will be a free 1st down after they're going to give Watkins the penalty.
Yeah, there was contact before, but yeah, still had a chance to catch the ball. It's just a 4-second delay.
Oh no, you're good. No, I was looking at the.
Yeah, no, it was contact the whole time, actually.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's hand checking all the way downfield, goes against South Pointe, so a free 1st down for AC Flora. Seen that yellow flag fly a lot. Again, apologies for the words on screen. I can only talk over as much as I can.
Yeah, you need to stop cursing, Alex.
Sorry, guys. So 1st and 10 for AC Flora. On the Stallion, 32 going from right to left with 10:47 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Wenski in the gun, looking for a swing pass to the right. Jalen Simmons, a lob pass over the 40. No Blaze Doney dead yet. He will dive on it, and the Falcons do have possession one way or another. Looking for a screen pass to the right to Simmons. That ball, now they'll come and talk it over, but they did not blow it dead initially. I didn't think it was a Well, Jeff is going to look on the stream, but...
Yeah, so let's see. So Ripper's right-handed, and he's throwing
Moving on the field is a fumble recovered
to
by
his
the
right.
offense.
That's really close.
Well, it's a loss of 4, so...
Second down and 14. The South Pointe 36-yard line.
So the second and 14 on the 36 of South Pointe. 10:30 to go. Falcons trailing 21-12. South Pointe creeps up. Wensky gets the snap in the gun. He steps up into the pocket. He'll throw it short over the head of Batet. Double coverage for Blake. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. Well, the Falcons trying for those deep shots. Charlie Scott was one of the men running all the way downfield. I couldn't tell who the other one was. It might have been Simmons running deep as well, but, or no, Mac Huey, excuse me. However, South Pointe did a good job of now backing off. So the Falcons have moved the chains a couple times. They need this one as well. 3rd and 14 on the South Pointe 36, going from right to left. Wensky with 5 wide, 3 down low, 2 up top on the right hash. Charlie comes in motion from bottom to top, and Roper will call a timeout here as the play clock winds down. First timeout of the second half for AC Flora. Remember, the last half, AC Flora used all of their timeouts within the first 13 minutes of that. Now they have used their first one here, less than 2 minutes of game time into the second.
Yeah, I got to think, if you're South Pointe, you don't want Flora lining up with 5 receivers.
No, but their pass rush has been so good right now that it's hitting home no matter what they can do. Well, while we wait here in this timeout, we want to give a special shout out to our sponsor, the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. The Big Red Box Dumpster Company is an all-inclusive private waste disposal company offering 15, 30, and 40-yard dumpster rentals in Columbia, South Carolina. They service both residential and commercial customers. You're in good hands with Big Red Box. Visit them online at bigredboxdumpstercompany.com or give them a call at 803-783-6834 to book your dumpster today. Of course, they're the 3rd sponsor here this season. Mill Pond and Radiker Law as well have helped us out on stream. Of course, Big Red Box Dumpster Company. Coach Dorsey's been one of the biggest supporters of AC Flora athletics, and he gets the prime time spot here. Of course, we have shout out our other sponsors as well. So big play for AC Flora, 3rd and 14 on the South Pointe 36. Going from right to left on the right hash, 5 wide, 3 down low, 2 up top. Play gets blown in to go, 4 down lineman. Wensky gets back, looking for an underneath screen to Blake Batet. He's got it on 35, tries to bounce it out to the left side. He is wrapped up, still dragging a defender near the 30, but he is taken down by Currents. Jazavian Currents had none of it, only a 4-yard reception, and Falcons do cut some of that off, but it will be a 4th down incoming, and you got to imagine this is go time for Coach Floyd and the Falcons.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the idea, trying to get him to overcommit, but South Pointe drop back, and Jazavian Currents was not going to let Blake out of his sights. So here we go, 4th and 10. Falcons are on the 32 of South Pointe. They need the South Pointe 22 for a first. 5 wide, 3 up top. Coming in motion up top to bottom is Charlie Scott, and a flag will fly. False start, I believe, against Jeremiah McGowan, the right tackle. Falcons trying with the hard count, and that time it goes against AC Flora.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
Well, it makes this 4th and 10, now 4th and 15.
15 for the Falcons from the 37-yard line.
Well, still need the South Pointe 22. Now they're backed up on the South Pointe 37. 2 receivers up top, 2 receivers down low. Wensky in the gun. South Pointe creeps up 7 to the line. Scott comes in motion from top to bottom. Wensky gets the snap, drops back. Pass rush coming in. Wensky gonna loft one down the left sideline. It falls incomplete. He got upended at the end again by Lewis, who is coming in on a bull rush. And it will be a turnover on downs.
That's a turnover on downs. South Pointe will take over. 1st and 10. And the 37.
The Falcons come up empty on their first drive of the second half. Now it's South Pointe's turn. This is where the Falcons will really need to stop. South Pointe gonna go up by 2 possessions 3 possessions, really, if they wanted to. 1st and 10 on their own 37. Currents comes back out. It'll be R.J. Brown in the backfield with him on his left hip. From left to right on the right hash. Currents brings Duncan in motion from bottom to top. He'll hand it off straight ahead to Brown. He tries to fight forward, but he gets wrapped up around the neck. He cannot go anywhere. Falcons push him down to the turf. Meeting him in the backfield was big number 50, Brandon Williams. Tackles right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. No draft up here, Jeff. No complaints on our end.
Yeah, no, I like that breeze.
Just my papers are not a fan. That was his first carry after the fumble in the first half. 2nd and 10 on their own 37 for South Pointe. And Brandon Williams, he did move. There will be offsides on Brandon Williams. He jumped, and South Pointe really having fun now. This is moving. You saw maybe Anthony Baxter starting to dance, the big left guard. So 2nd and 5 for South Pointe. They move up to the 42. On the near hash, they need their own 47 for a first. Currents gets the snap, looking for a quick curl around inside. He's draped in, wrapped up immediately. It's caught by Duncan right at the 46, but he gets swung down and dropped by Kendall Bird right after. Pickup of 4. It'll be a 3rd down incoming. Dalen Duncan has become the main man here today. Came in with only 109 yards in the season so far now, 73 on the night. So 3rd and 1 on the 46. South Pointe between the hashes in the gun. Currents gets the snap, looking for a read option. He'll hand it off straight ahead, but flag comes out. As R.J. Brown was going to get the handoff up the middle, but a false start against South Pointe.
It's a 5-yard penalty.
Peyton Bishop will come off. Falcons are definitely in a physical battle with the Stallions.
For South Pointe from the 41-yard line.
South Pointe now moves back to a 3rd and 6. They need their own 47 for a first, so between the hashes. In the gun is Currents, 3 receivers up top, 1 down low. Gets the snap as Currents, looking to the far side, got a receiver wide open. It's Vassell, past the 50, the 45 to the 40, 35, but he steps out of bounds as his Elbanag was coming to close in. 34-yard line. 25-yard pickup for Vassell. It's a 1st down. South Pointe dinking and dunking. They move to the Falcon 34, 1st and 10. Stack formation either side. On the far hash. Gets the snap, Currents. Brown runs right up the middle, tries to cut to the outside. Now puts his foot in the ground to the 30, 25. Still trudging his way past the 23 up to the 21. Tackled in the play by number 30, Isaiah Watson. And Jordan Davis. Chunk play there, 13-yard pickup for Brown. South Pointe's trying to stretch the lead. Move to the Falcon 21, just outside of the red zone. It'll now be Rashawn Brown checking into the game at running back. 2 receivers down low and 2 up top, a stack yet again in the gun. Brown on the left hip of Currents. Falcons put 4 on the line, 6 in the box. They're gonna book a screen pass to the right side of Duncan. Got 1 man to beat to the 20, 15. Shakes off a tackler, an arm tackle, but finally gets pushed out of bounds inside the 10. Jordan Davis closes the distance. Gets him down at the 9, and the Falcon is down on the ground. Duncan with a 12-yard reception and another Falcon down here with 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Players up.
It'll be Kendall Bird who went down. One of the Falcons' 4 receivers they have on offense. He plays both ways, getting a lot of reps at DB, and he was trying to make the tackle on Duncan.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he caught somebody's leg as he's going by.
Also, Monty Lafitte looks like he's working on a cramp on the sideline as well. He's getting looked at by 2 trainers. Falcons getting really banged up on this drive. To come out here and try to snuff out South Pointe. They've done it once today. South Pointe had it 1st and goal here to begin the game before AC Flora turned them away.
Coming out of the official timeout, 1st down.
They were able to get a 4th and long and push them back. Now, it's 1st and goal from the 9 yet again. Left to right, under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. South Pointe leading 21-12, trying to add on. They've been loving this stack and they'll do it again. It's a numbers game and the Falcons trying to play it. 6 in the box for AC Flora. Rashawn Brown on the right hip. He'll get the handoff, try to run left. No Currents, who throws the ball late to Duncan near side, who gets absolutely blindsided at the 6. Shoved out of bounds by Peyton Bishop, who came out of the cannon there. 3-yard reception there as Duncan got blasted.
Ball spotted at the 6-yard line. That's a good 3.
It was a great play. It looked like they gave it to Brown, and all of a sudden you see Currents pull it last second, flips it over to the near sideline to Duncan, who is now had his 6th reception of the day. He had 14 coming in through his first 4. So 2nd and goal from the 6 on the right hash. Rashawn Brown, or excuse me, he checked out, so it's going to be number 11, Zamir Gordon-Miles on the right hip of Currents. 3 receivers up top, 1 on the bottom. Currents shopping back, looking near side. Now he'll tuck it and try to run. Falcons trying to converge. The pass rush can't get home. Currents flips it late to the back of the end zone where there's no one around him. Touchdown, Caden Vassell. Xavier Currents showing off all of his skill set. Able to tuck that, extend the play, and the wherewithal to look up at the end and flip it to the back of the end zone where a man was wide open. He's now completed his last 6 pass attempts, and South Pointe goes ahead 27-12. Extra point up and good. South Pointe gets up by 16. Only a 2-score game.
Also Miller is good. With 6:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter, our score, South Pointe 28, AC Flora 12.
Well, Jeff, what do we need to do to get back into this game now?
Kind of open up.
This is where Roper-Wensky's going to have to lock in. Again, we're waiting for a signature Roper-Wensky drive. We've had one pretty much every game. Blake and Azell back deep. Gonna be DJ Johnson back at the 20 instead of Kendall after Kendall got banged up last drive. No, booted deep. Here he steps in, put the right foot into the leather. I mean, Batet yet again, fielding it at the 12. He'll now flip it to Manag far side. It faked up South Pointe. He's got some opening, but he is on the ground. Ball comes out late. Does South Pointe have it? Yes, he does. Banag had some space on the right sideline, but the trick play works for disaster. Banag fumbled the ball, and South Pointe will get immediate action. Looked like it was going to work, Jeff, but then all of a sudden, I didn't even see the player come and trip Azell up.
First down and 10, South Pointe from the 25-yard line. Well, let's make some noise for your Falcon defense.
Looked like it may have been Amari Dogan who was tripping him up. So South Pointe starts on their own, or the Falcon 25 on the left hash, 1st and 10. Currents hands it off straight up the field to Rashawn Brown, trying to fight forward, but he cannot, and the Falcons surround him and drive him back. And a late hit, and Rashawn responding as well. The Falcons drove him back. Flags do not come out, rather. Isaiah Watson was the one who drove him back. Loss of 1 for Brown. I guess that was the makeup for throwing Jalen back.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a little weird. Like, they're both tangled up and falling that way.
Yes. So, 2nd and 11 on the 26, going from left to right. Stack up top, 2 receivers down low. Falcons showed bail, so now Currents changing the play at the line. 5:20 and counting to go here in the 3rd quarter. South Pointe up 28-12 on Flora. Stack either side now. Duncan moves behind. Receiver on the near side. A handoff up the middle to RJ Brown. He fights forward and then gets tailored from behind. Monty Lafitte on the stop. Pick up a 4.
Tackle made by number 23, Monty Lafitte.
RJ Brown closing out on a 100-yard game. Coming off an 85-yard one-touchdown performance against Northwestern. He's at 92 now. 3rd and 7. Falcons trying to stop South Pointe. The Stallions have it on the Falcon 22 between the hashes. Currents gets the snap rolling out to the right. Now looking back to the left. Falcons caress. He throws a ball deep to the end zone. It will be intercepted in the end zone. A flag flies late in the Sear. Walker and Peyton Bishop providing pressure. And the Falcons do get a much-needed turnover as Zalbanag is the one recording the pick, but we'll check the markers as there is one on either side of the field. Everyone is walking off, which usually is a telltale sign. It will be at least Falcon football, but we'll wait to see what's going on afterwards. Currents' pressure was bearing down, threw that one to the corner of the end zone, underthrown, and right on cue, Jeff. Azell gets now his 3rd interception of the season. Very important interception as well, because now that keeps Flora in the game. It would have been very hard to come back from a 21-point hole.
Ineligible downfield, declined, obviously.
Holding as well declined, so.
All right.
Multiple penalties, and the only unfortunate part about this, Jeff, is since Azell's momentum carried him out of the end zone, he was tackled at the 2-yard line.
Second penalty.
Well, at least that won't add to their penalty yards tonight.
Correct.
The Falcons will take possession, 1st down and 10 from their own 1-yard line.
Well, Falcons will have it on the 2, and they'll have to try to fight out of their own end zone. Well, after the trick play did not work, it'll be AC Flora coming back yet again. Roper Lenski 10 for 23. He's looking for, as I've said multiple times, a signature moment. Falcons will have it in the gun. Jumbo set with one receiver either side. Of course, Lenski and Quan lines up in his own end zone, and now they're trying to fix the markers. They're saying it's 1st down, not 3rd down. Josh Davis near side. Looks like Blake far side. South Pointe loaded in the box. Wenski drops back. He's going to take a deep shot to the left side, near the near side of the 20. It's Josh Davis who comes down with the ball. Wary was blanketing him, and Davis makes an acrobatic grab. Wenski threw that in the face of pressure. A 23-yard completion to Josh Davis, his 1st reception of the day, and the Falcons get out of the shadow of their own end zone. And a roughing the passer as well at the end of that.
Oh, nice.
I didn't see that one as well.
You mean another penalty against South Pointe?
Shocker. All of a sudden, Jeff, you move them from back on the 2, now to the 40.
Yeah. Yeah, there's isolation on Josh, like nobody else even close.
Yeah, Josh Davis' 6'2" frame towering over the 5'10" CJ Wary, and now AC Flora in business at their own 40. Right to left, 4:20 and counting to go, down 12-28. Wenski in the gun, near hash, gets the snap. Looking left, you'll flick this one in near side, and Jazavian Currents undercuts the route and picks it off. Oh my goodness, he came out of nowhere, Jeff. Looks like a linebacker there. It's Wenski's 2nd pick. He was trying to hit Kendall Burner on Neil Curl. And Jazavian Currents showing why the 4-star marker was given to him. Wow. That was like a flash of white all of a sudden, cutting in front of Kendall Bird and keeping his feet in bounds. Yeah. They were playing zone on the near side, so South Pointe had everyone backed off. The middle zone was Currents's, and let's just say he read that like a book and came over to cut the route off. So the Falcons, only 2nd turnover of the season. Now it's 1st and 10 for South Pointe on the Falcon 40. 3 receivers up top, 1 down low, going from left to right. Currents will get the snap, looking to the left side. Dropping back, now he'll step up, throw it over the middle. He's got a receiver, he's intercepted again! Oh my goodness, a diving grab from Blake Patet! The intended receiver was Dalen Duncan. The post route over the middle was there. He had to fit it in a needle. And within the last 4 plays, there's been 3 picks. What am I watching?
Jeez.
Xavier Currents, who had really been finding his stride as of late, Jeff. 11 for 18, now turns to 11 for 20 with 2 interceptions. And Blake Batet, got to give him credit as a safety reading the play, making a dive at the end. Again, the Falcons continue to stay in. Well, Roper Wensky, after only his 2nd interception of the season, his first one after recording 15 touchdowns. See how he responds. 1st and 10 for AC Flora on their own 19 on the near hash, going from right to left, 4:06 to go. Wensky gets the snap in the gun, looking for a screen near far side. He has a receiver at the 20, caught and shoved down. He's back at the 14,
Another roughing the passer.
Another roughing the passer yet again. South Pointe, as you said, overcommitting. Josh Davis caught the 6-yard reception, and Roper got blasted at the end. South Pointe continuing. I believe that was on Seth Tillman, the defensive tackle, number 23. It's hard for me to check exactly who it was while I'm looking at the play downfield, but it feels like every time they're trying to get there.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, I see.
And automatic AC Flora Falcon, 1st down.
So AC Flora moving the ball towards South Pointe territory. Again, they trail 28-12 here in the 3rd quarter against the Stallions. Number 3 ranked team in the state. Falcons number 4 in 4A. Giving a battle to the Stallions, and now official timeout trying to fix the play clock. Now they'll blow it into play.
Hey, good.
So 1st and 10 on the own 35 between the hashes. Wensky in the gun. Play action. Now looking for a far side screen. Davis cannot grab it. Ball pops out. And thankfully, it does not find the hands of a Stallion as another Falcon is down. That's McGowan on the far side.
It still was the front side the reason I got tackled, I think. Don't you?
Well, the Falcons have presumably lost juice for the rest of this game. I have not seen him enter back to the field of play. And
this looks more crampish.
Yeah,
maybe?
That's potentially. Remember, Jay had some cramp problems earlier in the first half, so maybe a tough cramp that he was quickly able to get fixed.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 75, Jeremiah McGowan.
Oh, just figuring out how to run Zorro without having. I mean, we'll go A stack and do that plenty. But let me see.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like when we have more receivers, there's a whole lot less pressure. Like the tendency is when you have a lot of pressure, you want to have more blockers. But I don't think that's what we want to do against this team.
Their pass rush has been very good tonight, Jeff. And, they are really bearing down now, especially with the banged up offensive line. Now 2nd and 10 on the 35 for AC Flora between the hashes. One receiver either side again. Roper has not taken his patented deep shot downfield. See if he tries it here. Wensky in the gun, handoff right up the middle of Batet, who's in the backfield, tries to fight forward, gets to the 40 before being turned over onto the turf.
Tackle made by number 2, C.J. Wary.
Tackle made by C.J. Wary, the defensive back, and number 12, Daquan Evans, also on the stop. Batet with a 5-yard run makes it 3rd down and manageable for AC Flora, which is what you wanted to do.
All right, good deal. Talking through early and late, Zorro and Zulu, just riding it and reading the line.
3rd and 5. Falcons now on their own 40. Need the 45 for a first. 7 in the box for South Pointe. Wensky tried the hard count. Now he'll check the play. And a flag will come out. That looks to be against McGowan again.
Yes. I want him. It's going to be
That's a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down and 10 for the Falcons for the 35-yard line.
So a 5-yard false start will drop him back 5. It'll be 3rd and 10. 2:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. AC Flora trailing South Pointe 28-12. It's been a battle of turnovers here in the 3rd quarter. It was a battle of penalties in the first half from South Pointe. Now 3 interceptions here in the 3rd quarter. And a fumble on AC Flora.
Yes, 124.
So 3rd and 10, Falcons need the 45. They're on their own 35, going from right to left. In the guns, Wensky. He'll roll out to the left side, get immediately chased by pressure, tuck it. He'll keep the ball downfield, flick it to Davis, who just can't get it out of his reach. And it looks like it was going to be, I think it was Gordon Miles trying to one-hand it out of bounds. Wenski, instead of tucking it and running, tried to flick it late to Davis. Out of reach, and now we'll bring up 4th and 10. This is probably, unfortunately, go time for AC Flora yet again.
Ball still at the 35-yard line.
It is just 2 scores, though.
It is. Well, I think Walensky got out of the chase of Tillman, and now they're going to punt it away. Walensky got out of the way of Tillman. Tillman was chasing him, Walensky beat him, and I think Horton and Floyd were telling him to run the ball. Instead, Walensky tried to fit it into a needle. Benag, the one gunner up top, everyone else holding in the block. Walensky back at his own 20 to punt. Low snap, he actually gets it. They're going to throw the ball, wide open play at the 40. It's Mac Huey past the 45, past the 6 to midfield, and it works! For the first time in 2 years, Roper Walensky's been our punter. The Falcons run a fake and convert 16 yards, and no one was prepared for it. A 16-yard reception for Mac Huey, and the Falcons, a much-needed trick play.
It's good moment to hold that for.
Coach Brown's not.
Is this Jumbo?
Coach Brown's still.
Yeah, this is.
Coach Brown's still looking hard over there now. No, that's Walensky.
Oh, okay.
It's pistol formation, 1st and 10 on the Stallion 49. Now, Walensky, play action yet again. Rusher comes in, he steps up, tries to dance around the pocket, runs to the right. Now a comeback route to the far sideline, incomplete. Flag comes in late. It'll probably be a hold, as it looked like Tillman, the defensive tackle, went to the ground.
There's also a flag down.
It was an elaborate dance from Roper just to not get sacked, but it may still hurt AC Flora.
The play is holding against the offense. That's a 10-yard penalty.
Well, that's the first time we've seen really Flora kind of punt, pack it in to block the punt, because South Pointe's come every time. And what's more impressive, it was a low snap, so Walensky's able to collect and throw a dive.
Nice work by Roper.
Much needed completion for Roper. So now it's 1st and 20 for AC Flora at their own 41. Again, 1:41 to go, trailing 28-12 against the number 3 ranked team in South Carolina. Walensky with the low snap, looking to a near side, slant route to Batet. He goes right through his hands, incomplete. In coverage was Judge, and coming over to lay a shoulder as well was Gordon Miles. Was one Batet could have caught, but I think he was hearing footsteps maybe. That was Walensky's 30th pass attempt of the day.
Second down and 20.
Probably presumably a lot more coming. 2nd and 20 at their own 41. South Pointe brings 4 to the line, 8 in the box. Walensky hands it off up the middle to Simmons, trying to fight forward. He does trudge the legs, continues to run up the field, getting pushed past the 45, close to midfield before he's finally drugged back. It was KJ Berg and Josevian Kearns combining on the stop, but a tough run from Jalen Simmons, 7-yard carry.
Number 25, Jalen Simmons on the carry.
Gotta give credit to the offensive line, Jeff. Continue to help their young running back push forward.
Yeah, nice work. Yeah, you're now to a point, get any yardage here and go for it on 4th.
Correct, so 3rd and 13 for AC Flora. They need the South Pointe 39, they're on their own 48. Walensky in the gun on the far hash with 2 receivers up top. Walensky, he'll drop back. He'll unload to the right sideline, incomplete, on and off the same page where him and Kendall Bird. You don't see that a lot, as it looked like he wanted Bird to come back. Bird didn't see it. So now it's 4th down, and Coach Floyd will have to bring the punt team out again. Hard to imagine we try a fake yet again, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you could bring it out. With 47 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter, South Pointe scored in the first 22 here of this 3rd quarter, and since then it's been a defensive struggle.
You know, right here, actually, if you're South Pointe, you don't rush anyone.
No, which is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're playing a base defense, it looks like, on the front end.
Yeah.
Which is now they're going to run Jalen Simmons out there as a gunner. Now they're going to run him over to the near side where Jack Long's telling him where to play. Lenski back inside his own 35 to punt. South Pointe back at their own 20 to receive. So they are not going to try to fall for any sort of trickery as Coach Floyd maybe did try to
back it up.
No, I think he's trying for a hard count maybe. Timeout called AC Flora.
Oh, we called timeout on
fourth down. Timeout called on 4th down. Which means he probably would have maybe go for it. You don't usually call timeout the punt.
Yeah.
You're going to punt the ball, might as well just punt it 5 yards back.
Yeah.
Well, while we're waiting for a timeout, again, another shout out to our sponsor here tonight, the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. Whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, the Big Red Box roll-off dumpster service can help with all types of cleanups. No project is too big or small. Big Red Box delivers to residential driveways, construction sites, businesses, and more. Learn more about how they can simplify dumpster rentals and how you can find a dumpster to rent in Columbia, South Carolina today by visiting them online at BigRedBoxDumpsterCompany.com.
It's been a long quarter.
It's been a long game, Jeff. Usually we get out of here before 10, I feel like the last couple of games. We are now at the 10 o'clock mark and counting more. Another whole quarter, and I don't think it's slowing down anytime soon. Well, we did call a timeout, and the punt team is back on. Roper back at his 33 to punt this one away. South Pointe back at their own 20. They're in a shell defense, making sure they don't try any trickery. Roper gets the snap, and he will boot this one away. It's a good spiral on this inside that hits the 15 in, caught in, and now bursting through 2 defenders is Watkins trying to come up now towards midfield, cuts it back. There's got to be a hold, and yes there is. Katie Daniels was getting grabbed near the 30, and he'll get run out of bounds. So Watkins gets all the way to midfield, but he'll probably get about 25, 30 yards behind where he actually got. Another hold is Katie Daniels on the near side, which, you know, Jeff, on these punts, with the athletes South Pointe has, you would think you don't really try to hold because
why would you?
We've seen enough times where they've made people miss.
Yeah, and it looked like, I mean, I think the returner would have been able to get around, well, probably get around a player.
I would agree. It looked very close. I would agree.
Yeah.
But even if he wasn't,
but it's such an obvious hole. Like, he's pulling him back.
Yeah, I mean, like
all out in the open.
I mean, and when you're taught at any level of football, the Pee Wee one, when you're grabbing the jersey, you just turn. So the official will be like, hey, this guy's grabbing, and that's what Katie did. That's all he just turned around and turned both sides, actually, funny enough. And it's just very, uncharacteristic of the Stallions after battle testing through the first 4 weeks that they have just been riddled with penalties, and which is why this game is still within 2 possessions for Flora. So the Stallions have it on their own 21, going from left to right. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Currents in the backfield with Brown on his left hip. He'll get the snap, play action now over the middle, batted down and almost intercepted. Oh my goodness. The defensive end, Jordan Davis, who is playing as an end, was able to jump up, and if that would have really flipped momentum, instead it just falls helplessly for 2nd down. Wow.
Oh, no, Kendall's back out there, too.
Yeah, Kendall was out there the last drive as well. Yeah, he just didn't get looked at. Yeah. So 2nd and 10 now for South Pointe on their own 21. Stack formation. This is how they scored their 4th touchdown of the game. Currents gets the snap, handed off to the right. It'll be Rashawn Brown, but he can't escape. Monty Lafitte, the middle linebacker, wraps him up behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 on the play. Rashawn Brown has not had his best game. 3 carries, a loss of 2 yards. So 3rd and 11 now for South Pointe on their own 20. And that will do it here as the clock will strike double zeros in the 3rd quarter. Falcons trailing 12-28, but after South Pointe came out of the cannon to start the 3rd quarter, it's been very much a close-knit ball game.
You got a Mill Pond read?
We do have a Mill Pond read.
Let's do that.
I was waiting for the right time to do it. Of course, want to give our shout to our main sponsor tonight, but give a shout to Radiker, and I can't forget about the Spurs sponsor that we had so far this season, all the way back in Game 1 against Westwood. Step back in time at Mill Pond Steakhouse, where rustic elegance meets southern hospitality in beautiful Boykin, South Carolina. Nestled just a short drive from Columbia, discover a serene dining experience unlike anything else in the state. Savor certified black Angus beef, low country seafood specialties, and favorites like marinated rack of lamb while enjoying breathtaking views from the historic Mill Pond. Experience top-notch service where everything is just perfect. Reserve your table today at millpondsteakhouse.com.
Nice. Oh, man.
Special shout to those 3 sponsors. As you know, we're about to enter the back half. Next week, AC Flora will head over to York.
Ooh, I need to get our AD to check and see if they'll let us stream.
It should be the last big drive for us this year, Jeff. The only other 2 away games we have are Dreer and RNE. Of course, Dreer's here.
It's third down.
South Pointe will head down to Camden for their other big game of the region. So here we go, 4th quarter. South Pointe will start on their own 20, going from right to left now. It'll be R.J. Brown in the backfield with Currents, 3 receivers down low. Falcons look like they're playing man up. Currents gets the snap, looking to the near side, now looking far side. He'll come back and launch it wide open over the middle is Duncan. He's wide open at the Falcon 40. He just falls down at the 41. Falcons lost him in coverage. Looks like maybe cover 2 was played on the back end, and Duncan split the defenders.
Falls to the ground at the 41-yard line.
A 39-yard pitch and catch moves the chains as South Pointe now really trying to press AC Flora.
And a South Pointe first down.
A 1st and 10 at the Falcon 41 between the hashes. Stack down low, 2 up top for South Pointe. Currents with R.J. Brown in the backfield. Checking the play at the line. Brown switches sides to the right. Currents, Claps will get the ball. Hands straight up the field to Brown, who tries to plunge forward. He wraps up and will wiggle his way towards the 35. He gets dropped to the 36.
Brown on the handoff.
Looked like Peyton Bishop was on the stop. Brown 2 yards shy of a 100-yard game. It'll be 2nd and 5.
South Pointe from the 36-yard line.
2nd and 5 on the Falcon 36. Stack both sides here for the Stallions. Currents will flip it over to the near side. It's Vassell with only 1 DB out there. He tries to wiggle his way forward. He sidesteps in toward the 30 before he's wrapped up and dropped. It'll be Brandon Williams on the tackle. But a 6-yard pitch and catch for first down yardage. South Pointe moves into the AC Flora 30, is running in and off personnel. And the South Pointes, after next week in Camden, should have a little easier go of it after they get the back half of our region, which is not as good as it usually is. 1st and 10 at the 30 for South Pointe on the near hash. Currents gets the snap, hand off to right up the middle of Brown, picks his way forward, and he fights forward towards past the 25, towards the 20.
Let's come back 5.
Walker.
Receiver up top wasn't set.
Good catch.
Yeah, I think.
This is why I invite you to these things, right?
That's right. Something like that.
You've got your, usually when your colors like points the flags out, you've got your money's worth today, Jeff.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I feel like every other play, it's like, there's a flag.
Yeah, me and the officials have been on our toes. What's strange is, like, I mean, I guess if you're a South Pointe fan, you're probably feeling, oh, I can't believe there are this many flags. But, like, I mean, we can't tell, like, some of the personal fouls, something said or something. We don't really know that.
Correct.
But for the most part, the fouls have been kind of obvious. Like, that was clearly he wasn't said.
Which is interesting.
The holds have been really obvious. They haven't been, like, inside lineman holds. They've been on the edge.
Yeah, it's not like, it's like, oh, it's ticky-tacky here or there, right up the middle to R.J. Brown. He fights forward to the 30, bursts the speed to the 25. The flag comes back yet again. So he's running the bound inside the 20.
Oh, that one I didn't see. Where
it was blown dead, I believe, up top and then the bottom. Another play blown dead.
So another procedure, I guess?
And it looks like this was going to go against Dalen Duncan. Offsides is where he lined up.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to say offsides.
Lined up offsides, wow.
Which is, yeah. So, and I was going to say this going into the game. I didn't want to say it, but it felt like, after the hard stretch, South Pointe would be like, okay, it's not, the hardest team we've played this season, so we can breathe out. And it feels like they had played a very sloppy game. I feel like if they played a sloppier game against, like, Huff and maybe Northwestern, it wouldn't go this way, but
Yeah.
there's no way they play this sloppy of a game.
Yeah, I mean, the only game I watched of theirs was Northwestern. I don't remember a ton. I mean, there were some, like a normal amount of flags.
I don't remember this.
No, definitely
First
not this.
and 20 now on the Falcon 40. Near hash for Currents to the gun. On the right hip is Brown. Currents will pull it, now get outside. He's got some grass. 35, cuts outside to the 30, bounces out and behind the numbers. He may be gone. 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone. Beautiful play call as Currents pulls it for now the first time this game. Remember, he had a scramble earlier on the pass play. This time he pulls it on the read option, and he takes it all the way to the house. That was just a great play design, Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a quarterback as fast as Currents, you can't crash on the running back on that option.
Correct, and that's what we've been pretty much doing all day.
You got to just play safety and trust your defensive line to stop the running back.
Extra point from Miller, up and good. 35-12 in favor of South Pointe. 9:50 to go here in this one, and seems like after the Falcons got a really hot start, South Pointe was able to weather the storm, and even though they've had some pretty mind-numbing procedure penalties today, they have been able to really push their best foot forward here after the Falcons' hot start. Now, of course, you know, play the what-if game. You play the what-if game. If Juice was in there, you know, theoretically we'd have a little better pass protection and, you know, I mean, Juice is a difference maker on the offensive line. There's no doubt about that. So you kind of wonder what would happen with him in there, but South Pointe seems like they've controlled.
New pressures and new risks.
It was 12-7 when he went out. I don't know.
Yes.
But, I mean, he wouldn't have been able to stop any of their drives.
No, but
long plays for touchdowns.
you'd think we'd score some more points. This would potentially be a more of a closer game than it is a 23-point contest. It feels like a closer game than it is.
Yeah.
Remember, eat more chicken.
Well, I mean, have there been any sustained drives? It's all been long.
For South Pointe, no. They've all just been long touchdowns. They've all just been long plays lately. Which, you know, we really got the ball in plus territory and made the most of it. So, same as goes to us.
Yeah.
Taken back by Batet, far side at the 10. Trying to go up the left sideline, makes one man miss, and you'll bring a couple tackles up near the 30 before he's pushed out of bounds. We'll say he stepped out at the 28.
Hey, I didn't know about that.
Oh, what do we got left in the tank, Jeff? 9:44 to go, down 35-12. Roper will come back out there. Quan, Grady, Josh, and Charlie all trot out there with him.
First down and 10 for the Falcons from the 28-yard line.
South Pointe defensive line has been wreaking havoc here in this second half. We'll see what they have. They have to bring forward to the line.
Yeah, Coach Reese pointed out South Pointe checking on whoever was down. I think that was when Kendall was down.
Yes.
There were a couple of South Pointe players checking to make sure he's okay.
Yes. You know, and then run to the left side. Quan almost has space, but it's quickly closed by Wary. Pickup of 2 on the carry.
By number 18, Zane Joseph.
You know, what really has impressed me to South Pointe is how quickly they close gaps. You know, you're like, oh, I have space, and then all of a sudden, Wary comes from the secondary and just cuts him off before really Quan can get going through the hole.
Yeah.
Turn what could have been a potential first down and more to a 2-yard carry. So 2nd and 8, Falcons on the 30, going from left to right. 9 minutes left to go in this one. Quan on the right hip of Roper, as Roper will move Grady to the top of the formation. He'll get the handoff straight ahead to Williams, who bounces near into the back into the formation, but he gets stuffed. Maybe a yard or 2 carry yet again for Quan. The bottom of the pile was the middle linebacker, Daquan Evans. 2-yard pickup for Quan, and now it's 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6 for the Falcon offense from the 32-yard line.
Well, AC Flora again will be back. We play York next week, then we come back here to play Lancaster in the second to last home game of the season. Of course, our finale at home, and senior night will be against Camden. Not an easy senior night to win, but hopefully one we can find out. So 3rd and 6 for AC Flora on their own 32. Play clock winding down to 3, 2. Wenski gets the snap at 1. Dropping back, looking to the near side. Kendall Byrne on the curl route past the 40. He's got it, and he'll get bear hugged out of bounds. In coverage was the Hayden Carter. Nice pitch and catch. 8-yard gain moves the chains. Good to see Kendall Birds back out there.
First down. Brought to you by Callison Tide.
So first and 10 to the 41 of their own. 2 receivers up top, 1 at the bottom. Wesley gets back. Pump fakes, now looking long to the right side to Azel Benag, just out of his reach. Carter running stride for stride with him. Roper trying to fit it in and unable to do so. Second and 10 for AC Flora at the South Pointe 41. Grady will now move to the bottom. Wenski hands off right up the middle of the Simmons, trying to fight forward, and he gets a couple yards before being shoved back. Met right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back on the tackle.
Caleb Simmons on the carry.
Number I
number 78,
don't have, but they're going to say O'Shea Rice was the man who was on the tackle. I believe it was in there 26 or 36, but again, I don't have that number. So a 2-yard carry for Simmons brings up 3rd and long for AC Flora. Falcons have it on their own 43. They need the South Pointe 49 for a first down. 2 receivers up top, 1 down low on the near hash. Wesley with the snap. Hands off to the middle of Simmons, who tries to beat an arm tackle, but he cannot. Big number 15 grabbed a hold and didn't let go. Ty Bryce tackles him at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down. Look at the arm strength of that, Jeff. Ty Bryce, the senior at 210, just grabbed a hold of Simmons and didn't let him go. Falcons will keep their offense on the field with 6:30 left and a late substitution to the punt team. Roper.
What's the point of punting here?
Yeah, Roper looked a little anguish. They're down 35-12, it looks like, as the personnel not even really coming on. We only have, there's 10 people on now other than Roper. Running in and out, timeout called by South Pointe. Interesting. I think trying to save themselves. I don't know if Flora would have got set in time with 2 seconds on the play clock.
Both teams confused by the punt choice.
Well, Jeff, it was a really promising start, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get the job done today.
Yeah, I mean, we started the game with different play calls than we'd seen in the past. And then it seemed to have reverted to the normal playbook.
Yeah, I think we tried opening up the playbook and then just, I think, kind of shelled in a little bit. Which
I got to play some background music.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. It's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple reasons that could be, I'm not exactly sure, but I think the biggest change South Pointe made, and, we talked about it going into this game, they play a lot of man. Yeah. They've really dropped back in zone and let their rushers do the best, and we saw the touchdown. They crept forward on the line, they rushed, and Charlie Scott ran a slant right behind him, and boom, touchdown. Now, of course, they've not been able to do that since then because South Pointe's like, all right, we'll let our 4 pass rushers do the job. And they've done their job. Roper back inside his own 30 to punt. He'll get the ball and runs to the near side, and then he'll boot this one away. Good punt, lands at the 25, right at the 30. Spinning free is Miles Gordon, who tries to fight toward the 30 and finally is tag team and dropped another flag fly. Shucker. Tackle made by Timothy Koutrakis at the 29, but of course this one could be coming back in again. Blocking the back, so it's pushing back 15 more yards. Jeff, how about that? I'm in love with my new phone, Jeff. I know
you got to play some background music.
I know this is the key content. I got the new 17 today. Phenomenal, by the way. iPhone 17.
Yeah, it's good.
Very clean. And this is I'm not fancy. I don't need the Pro Max or whatever, and so I got the regular one. This is apparently, according to the employees that work at Verizon, the closest it's going to be to the Pro it's ever been. So. Yeah.
I think my phone looks better because it has definite fiction live stream on it
Well,
right
you know,
now.
that's, you know.
It's all about the content, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, turtle foot music
First
there.
and 10 for South Pointe at their own 18. They'll hand it off right up the middle, and he'll get nothing. Dragged down behind the line.
So Currents is out.
Yeah, Currents' day is done as Rashawn Brown got the carry, and he did not get anything. He lost about 4 yards. Nasir Walker on the stop. They bring in number 13 to run the offense, Josiah Lewis. At least that's what they have on their roster. I thought Lewis was someone else today, so maybe, I don't know if that's right or wrong or whatever, but we're gonna go with that. I don't see the quarterback there, so we're gonna go with Lewis, even though I called his name other ways. Loss of 4 for Brown, who's now, his total's up to -6 yards in the day. So Lewis in, 2nd and 14 for South Pointe on their own. 14, they'll run it right up the middle with Brown yet again. He may get a yard, but then drop back yet again. The bottom of the pile looks like it was number 29, Timothy Trutrakis, the linebacker. Gain of nothing. So 3rd and long. So South Pointe will go to 4 and 1. One of the top teams in the state survives a scare early and was able to pull away late. AC Flora will drop their first game of the season, go down to 4 and 1. They will return to action against York next week before they can really kind of ease their way towards Camden. You know, those are the 3 teams in the region, us, South Pointe, and Camden. So 3rd and 14, 4:20 to go. Gets the snap. Lewis, low snap, throws it near side. Caught and tries to turn upfield, but he can't get anything. Falcons swallow him up after a loss of maybe 1. Isaiah Davis on the reception brings up 4th down.
Tackle made by Flora's number 29,
Timothy Kotrakis getting some minutes in there, Jeff. He's looking good.
Yeah, Kotrakis reminds me of the Greek festivals in town.
I know.
Yeah.
So I gotta imagine Batette's already dropping back to receive the punt, but South Pointe's not bringing their punt team on. I think they're maybe waiting to wind down some more clock.
Yeah. Coach these young guys now.
And timeout will be called. The 2nd timeout of the half.
That's their 2nd timeout of the half.
Well, I was talking to Coach Collins. He said, you know, his team's looking to get back to where they were, 7-time state champions. Their latest was in 2021. This is maybe potentially their best chance to do it. And right now they look the part, of course. They will have one more really big test in Camden next week before they get to kind of, as I said, ease their way into the back half of our region.
So you're saying we've each won 1 state championship in the last 5 years?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's all that matters the last 5 years.
Oh, yeah. All that really matters is the last year, you know. But I felt like kind of the momentum turned after the pass interference got called against Kendall in the first half, because that was really when South Pointe got their drive moving. And that was it. We're bringing up a either a 2nd and 30 or like a 3rd and 30 or something around there, but you know, didn't get done. So Caden McClure back at his own goal line to punt this one away. Batette, he's at the South Pointe 43 to receive. Falcons bring pressure and just miss it. McClure gets a good punt off, hits at the 45, bounces past midfield, but Batette will just let this bounce all the way into Falcon territory to the 35. What a punt from McClure. Flipping the field from the 13 all the way to the Falcon 35.
South Pointe's number 45.
Well, with 3:12 to go, Falcons will bring their offense out potentially one final time today.
First down and 10 for the Falcons from the 35-yard line.
It's just a quick touchdown, 2-point conversion, onside kick, quick touchdown, 2-point conversion, onside kick, and then take your chances, you know?
Yeah. 1st and 10 of the 35. Trayvon Gary, the running back in the backfield, Roper. South Pointe looking like they're bringing in all their second stringers, and play is blown dead before we start. Knee pads. It'll be number 21, Jalen Davis, going off.
Just came in.
Correct. Yeah, South Pointe is giving the starters a rest after they put in some good work today. Worry he'll have to come back in. Unless he's gonna play action near side to Matt Huey to the 40, shakes off one to the 45, 50. Matt Huey side steps and shimmies his way past the midfield stripe. We'll mark him out to the 46-yard line. 14-yard reception.
That's a gain of 19 yards.
Oh, you're right, 19, geez.
And an AC Flora Falcon, first down.
19 for 19.
19 for 19.
Nice, I like that.
You know, Falcons still running their offense. It'll be 1st and 10 at the South Pointe 46. Trying to get as many reps as possible.
Someone needs to get there. We go.
Wensky pitch it to the right side. Trayvon Gary paving the way from his blocker, spinning towards the 40, but then he's dropped at the 40-yard line by number 36 for South Pointe. Again, no number on that one, so pickup of 6 for Gary. That was Gary's first carry of the day.
Second down
and Trayvon came off his best game of his young varsity career. 9 carries, 91 yards last week against Lawrence. Falcons in no rush, 2nd and 4 on the South Pointe 40. Wensky hands it off right up the middle to Trayvon Gary, who gets met right at the line of scrimmage and whipped around and dropped.
Gary on the run.
He was met by number 30, DeCorian Heath, the linebacker. With 3rd and 4 for AC Flora. He gets the snap, play action, looking to the near side. Got it's Matt Huey. He catches it past the sticks and gets shoved out at the 33-yard line by AC for the Stallions. Tackle made by number 22, Amari Dogan.
It's a 7-yard gain.
7-yard pitch and catch again for Roper after his 35th pass attempt today.
First down. Brought to you by Callison Tide. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Falcons have it to the 33 at South Pointe. 1:45 to go here in this one. Wensky gets the snap, dropping back. Pass rush converging. Wensky escapes one, still scrambling out to the right. He'll just throw this one away into the first of the stands. Roper very elusive, showing that one off today. He escaped the rush from Zay Joseph and was able to throw that one away.
Did one of the coaches say grounding?
Yes.
He's still in the pocket?
Yes.
He's on the sideline.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Trust me, I know.
All right.
2nd and 10 from the 33. Wensky hand off right up the middle of Trayvon Gary, trying to fight his way forward, but grabbing a hold of him, and then he gets finally whipped back around.
Gary on the run.
Number 36 yet again.
By number 36.
Pickup of only 2 for Trayvon. It'll be 3rd down.
2-yard gain on the play for the Falcon offense. 3rd down.
The Stallion 31.
31-yard line.
Only really have to run one more play if they really want to. He gets the snap, hand off to Gary right up the middle. He fights forward, knifing his way towards the 25, but he gets speared at the 27.
Short gain on the run once again.
Tackle made by Joseph.
That's spotted at the 27-yard line.
4-yard pickup brings up 4th and 4.
It's 4th down and 4.
Falcons will stay out. They'll try to go for this one. To snap this, Wensky in the gun, dropping back. Now he'll scramble out to the near side. He's still looking downfield. He'll just tuck this one and run. And he just gets Short of the sticks, I think. He took a scramble for 3 yards, needed 4. And that will be a turnover on downs. Roper thought he got a little farther, but that will do it. South Pointe needs one more knee to finish this one out. It will improve to, again, 4-1, undefeated in the state of South Carolina.
Undefeated in the state of South Carolina?
Yep.
I like it.
And one loss is to Huff, and I was told they gave that one to Huff, and I quote, Falcons.
Was that 14-10?
14-10. Promise, that was a late win for Huff, too. Promising showing for AC Flora, though. A game that they can obviously learn from and come back. I mean, this team seems primed to make a deep run to the playoffs, Jeff.
Yeah, I know.
But again, a good change up for South Pointe's game plan. They were able to drop back in zone. You know, looking back on it, you're probably going to wish you took a little more advantage of the penalties for South Pointe when you come back and look at this one down the road.
Well, and the good news is that we wouldn't face South Pointe until Upper State Championship if we...
Correct. Theoretically.
Well, I guess it depends on, how... Well, no, even if... I mean, we're going to be in second or third in the region, right? So we're going to be away from them.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be us and Camden, right?
Yes.
Regardless of who wins that. Okay.
Well, that will do it. Again, final score tonight. South Pointe 35, AC Flora 12. A game that was chippy early and some words being exchanged late. It'll go in favor of the Stallions, who improved to 3-1 all time against Flora, and now 4-1 this season. Coach Floyd and Coach Collins handshake at midfield after a hard-fought game between both sides. There's a lot of talk for both sides. A lot of these will be, a lot that will be assessed in film this week for both teams, I believe.
Yeah. I believe the South Pointe coaches are going to be making do some extra sprints for the penalties.
I mean, extra sprints is an understatement. They may be, I mean, they're going to be running laps.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to clean up all trash that you leave behind on your way out of the stadium.
All right, that's it.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yeah, so at York, well, we'll have JV on Thursday hosting York, and then I can't remember what Creighton's doing, but I'll probably have that on Wednesday. All right, thanks for watching. See you then.